Yeah, baby. Shane just ended, and I'm streaming because I haven't streamed all day. As you can see, this is my painter shirt, which wasn't a painter shirt. It turned into a painter shirt. This is a very expensive shirt, like very expensive. Anyway, forgot I was wearing this. That's all right. I'll be a little slobby. It's Friday night. Relax. I'm gonna relax. It's not brand now. Let's just leave the. Oh, it still says it there. What's up, Bob? Let's all hang out and just hang out. Just hang out. Nobody else was streaming. I hadn't streamed all day. I'm gonna stream now. How's that for an answer? Oh, I gotta turn the audio off. Goodbye. And pop out chat. And then I can make this window go away. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? We can quit that. I don't need that running no more. So the Llama car sort of printed today. In that little Llama cube. And it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The belts are off, so it's not accurate, but it's close. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be because the belts are actually way out. I forgot. I edited an old tower thinking, I won't screw with the current tower, belt tower. This is the one I just took off. This is the best one I ever did. And everything's aligned. The one I started editing to make it work for now because of everything. Basically, this whole thing shifts this way because the plate's closer now. I used an older version, which this pulley and this pulley, the belts aren't lined up, so one of them's at an angle coming off of it. But that's okay. What did I do? I wanted, damn it, Darsh Garnet view on YouTube. Okay, I'm viewing on YouTube. Share. Copy. Go away. Actually, I didn't really want it to go away. I wanted to go to like Twitter. Yeah. Somebody just topped in. I heard a little beep. There's a Bob. What's up, Bob? Why is it default for that? I hate that view. We have a Bob.
We have a Bob.
Someone's still having issues. What did I get? Of course, I got on Twitter, and now I'm looking at my Twitter feed because I haven't looked at it like pretty much all day other than a one or two.
I think you've got enough issues that you could probably call it volumes.
Call it what? You lost me.
Volumes.
Volumes?
Yeah.
I should put my headset on.
You've gone from issues to books.
Issues. Oh, I get you. I'm slow today. It's been a long week. All my brothers are gone. They're all gone. See you, bye.
All the craziness is over.
I got the Llama core running. It printed a cube. It's not terrible. It's rum and coke time.
Hello, Chris Travis.
It's Friday night, Bob. You drinking a beer?
I don't drink beer.
Oh, what do you drink? Oh, that's right. You drink all like bourbons and whiskeys and kind of uppity, snobbity stuff, huh?
Nope, just the stuff to get you there faster.
Oh, it's no faster than rum. I just make sure it's not too fast by adding the Coke.
Nothing wrong with rum.
I like me some rum. Good rum. It's funny. Everyone, like Bacardi White, Silver, whatever, is the most popular. And it's the nastiest one of all. Bacardi Gold tastes better. I mean, it's just smoother. And Bacardi Silver is harsh and nasty. And I think everyone just sees the color of the color.
You know what the difference is, right?
Food coloring.
No. The same way they make this stuff go from clear to brown.
Oak barrels.
It smooths it out.
I've always found the mildly good rums way better. They're just smoother and nicer. And yeah, they use oak barrels. I'm not sure with the Bacardi how they make the Bacardi Gold, if it's oak barrels or not.
Well,
I actually think the silver is gold and they strip the color out somehow, to be honest with you.
if only there was a device that maybe lived on our desks here with us that we could ask these questions of.
That's Bob. We're waiting for Mr. Buttram. That's his job. Where's Butreon.com? Drinking a Jack and Coke? Well, that's good too, Joe. Get your ass in here. Join us on Cocktail Hour. How's the new homestead stacking up for you? Are you still unboxing for the next year and a half of your life? Yes, you are. Oh, boy. My mother went out shopping today.
Oof.
For the first time since Christmas. Let me rephrase it. This is the first time my mother's actually left the house other than to go to my father's funeral since Christmas.
That does not sound like a good thing.
I got the opportunity to drop her off and leave. Somebody else picked it up.
Toasted oak barrels.
Yeah, what's the white is aged in? Stainless steel big tubs like everything else.
I don't think it's aged.
The silver's aged. All Bacardi's like at least 2 year, I think. I'm not positive on that.
Nope, white oak barrels again.
I'll tell you what. This is 4 year. They make an 8 year too.
You know, the difference might just be the char.
Yeah. This actually tastes better than the 8 year, and it's like $6, $7, $8, $9 a bottle less.
I bought this a couple of weeks ago and haven't even opened it yet.
Ooh. That was
local bourbon.
I'm not big on bourbon. I used to do JD all the time, and I kind of outgrew that because, well, it was one of those, I drank so much of it and I puked it up so many times that you really don't want to drink it no more. Rum and Coke has always been my relaxing, mild drink. It was never my go out and get shit-faced drink. So I never got to the point of not liking it anymore. Like, what the hell did I used to drink all the time? Oh, Southern Comfort. Oh, my God. I used to suck that. Dude, Southern Comfort and apple juice. Awesome, like, killer drink. It's like spiked apple juice. You barely even taste the Southern Comfort.
The only thing I keep Southern Comfort around for is to mix with vodka, triple sec, amaretto, and a little bit of orange juice and something else I can't remember, but it'll put you on your ass after a drink or so.
Yeah, well, it just sounds like it's going to hurt your gut on the way by.
Tastes like fruit punch.
Yeah, I bet. It's like doing Dr. Peppers. Stupid. We used to do them a lot, too.
Greg's Maker Corner. I usually drink a nice Manhattan.
Yeah, I don't know. I did all that for a short spell. It just never turned me on. I'm not really a big drinker. I drink to put myself to sleep. Even the rum and cokes, I'm not. I have like one or two, and I'll start getting like, ugh. I have a weak stomach. My stomach doesn't handle alcohol well. So I was never a big drinker.
How is everybody this evening? We got Viking and Joe Paddock and Greg.
Y'all got to come on in and hop in and hang out. Some people need to jump in. Smoothie. Yeah. I used to do big rocks classes of Jack Daniels on ice and just shoot it. Mm-hmm. That was my work in the bar thing. Chased by a glass of orange juice. And that's when I went to work. Working at the bar in Florida was just insanely awesome and yet just plain insane at the same time. In Miami, it's just crazy.
With you on the insane part.
Monday night, you're up. You start at 7 at night and you leave at 7 in the morning. And you're kicking people out at 7 in the morning and they got to go to work.
Vikings already in bed.
Leave the bar to go to work. Yeah, sure you're in bed. Okay, Dan. We don't believe you, Viking. You're a vampire. We know you're up and about.
3:45 on a Saturday morning and he's already in bed.
Yeah, what's up with that? I'm even up. Was almost going to hope more cocky would show up and want to start doing some gaming or something. Get some laughs. I could use some laughs. Anyway.
How'd the games go last night?
Huh?
How'd the games go last night?
They were all right. We only did a few. We only did it for like an hour. And he took off, which is fine. It was good. Lots of people there. Dan went to bed and yet was online playing the game.
Yeah, I was there for the I was there for the first round.
Yeah, I was gonna say you left. We only did like 2 more after you left.
Ran off and got the wife all set up with StreamYards, and she posted something to her coloring group today, and she's already got about 100 views.
That's not bad. Tomorrow night yet. Actually, at 3:45 is about when I start waking up. I'm usually up by 4:35 in the morning. Let me rephrase that. I'm awake at 4:35 in the morning. I usually don't get up until 6, but I'm awake. We have a Greg, some dude like Greg, who's in some corner because he got put there being a maker. The teacher didn't like him being a maker, so she put him in the corner.
Yeah, at least I wasn't the guy under the table eating the beer.
I was always the kid in the corner with the dunce cap.
Remember the kid under the table with the glue, and you'd eat the glue out of the bottle?
No.
You didn't have one of those?
I don't think we could afford the glue.
we bitch slapped anyone that stupid. Till we got into high school anyways. Then we started paying them quarters to do it.
Yeah, then it was sniffing the glue. It wasn't eating it.
Yeah. Or blowing up the septic system so we didn't have to go to English class. That was the stupidest thing that school ever did. My high school, junior high school, when I went in, but it was a high school. When I was in junior high school, the old original high school was built a big, square. And the middle was the courtyard. And they figured they'd do that so people could have lunch in the courtyard. Well, people in the middle having lunch in the courtyard distracts all the classes around it because everyone's staring out the window at, class having lunch and you're waiting for your lunch. But the septic system was under there also.
Oh, gosh.
So if you didn't want class, you just take an M50 or an M100 and you flush it down the toilet. And all of a sudden the whole courtyard goes
boom.
And there's septic smell everywhere. And they shut the school down because you can't breathe in school.
A little bit of a safety issue.
We got Barry from
RCC, we were just talking
and a
about
naked work hockey.
RC, the Llama core printed today with this. Not great, but I got to redo the belt pass. I didn't think about that thing being so much closer to the 2020 extrusion. All the belt paths are going like this now instead of being nice straight lines. But I'll fix it. I know how.
You're gonna add a spacer?
No, I'll just redo the towers. These are easy. They're just these things. Just lining these two up. So I don't know how to explain it. When the two come off, there are two pulleys, because one's coming from this side, one's coming from this side. They got to come and be in a straight line. If one of them's pitched, when it pulls the motor, it'll try and cock it. Yeah. Because if one of them's pitched, it's pulling at a different rate. They have to be parallel on a core XY. They can both be pitched, and it'll be okay. Yeah. It was not great, but I got one of them slightly pitched off, so you can see it. Like one gets loose as it comes along, and then it starts tightening up again as it gets towards the tower. So it's not pulling evenly on both sides. So the whole carriage is trying to rock.
Well, I think you need to fix that soon because apparently the whole world is off its axis. You're up late. Where Cocky and Viking are both in bed.
He's in bed with John Mack. Low non-robots. God, I hope I'm not. You know what? I kind of wish I was a robot. I mean, I could just go in there and solder some stuff. And fix all this crap.
I'm too squishy to be a robot.
Yeah, me too. You never know. You could be a robot and you just don't know it. Could be your extrasensory whatever's. When you touch yourself, you're actually stainless steel. And your little robot self is telling you it's soft and squishy. Alien technology.
It kind of reminds me of Battlestar Galactica a little bit.
Yeah. I've been watching way too much Stargate lately.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
Is there such a thing as too much?
It. I've never seen it. I mean, I've never sat down and actually watched the show. I mean, I've gone over there to houses and they're watching. I never had a problem with it. I just never got into it.
Which season would you like?
Yeah.
I'm watching it all. It started on Amazon Prime had it. And then at the 20th of this month, they lost it and it went to Hulu. So I had to fucking sign up for Hulu, which I really hate. I hate Hulu. Hulu's really a slime ball company. And
I've not tried Hulu yet. That's the only one I haven't tried.
Well, here's the glitch. I baited for Hulu. When Hulu first came out, they baited for almost 2 years before they actually came out. They were actually like a subsidy. I want to say a Blockbuster or Netflix or one of those. Some company. It's not one of those two. I can't remember who it was. But anyways, I beta tested for them. And the whole deal was you can watch it for free and watch ads like normal television, or you can pay $9.95 and get no ads. Well, right at the end, not only that, for beta testing, because we didn't get paid or anything for it, and it was very limited. They had 2 movies every week, and that was it. A couple of TV shows. It was, they switched them out every couple of weeks. It was basically pointless at the time, but the whole deal was for beta testing and watching movies you didn't like and making sure everything worked and the streaming was all functional. They were supposed to give us a lifetime free membership.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
That lasted for about a year.
The last month before they went live, they said, no. We're going to start charging and make you watch ads, which I don't care that it's a half price deal. You cannot charge and make someone watch ads. That's just freaking wrong. You
That's
either
cable, right?
Ads or you charge them. Yeah. Have the free, watch the ads, or charge them. This $5 one for and get ads is just bullshit. Yeah. There's no need for that. They're getting paid plenty from their ads. And even the ones without ads is $14 a month. Same price as Netflix. They have some stuff. I don't know.
Well, I was about 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, I had cut the proverbial cord with Time Warner Spectrum now, and I went to YouTube TV, and I was saving like $50 a month doing that.
Until this month.
Yeah, and then well, when I got on it, it was like $40, and then like a year later, it went up, and then it went up like 2 or 3 times, and now it's 65. So then I get this ad from Time Warner. I'm like, oh, this doesn't look too bad. So I called them, and then I saved $30 a month going back with them and getting their all streaming package. So it's like, this is just crazy, you know?
Yeah, well, it's like Comcast. If it weren't for my mother, I'd get rid of Comcast for 6 months.
Yeah.
That way I get Comcast back for half the price.
Yeah.
Because they screwed, the longer you stay, it's like there's no customer appreciation. It's only new customers. We only want the new customers.
Yeah.
You know, the longer you are here, the more we don't want you.
The longer you stay, the more you pay.
Well, you know why that is, right? You know why that is?
Because
the real reason is they've paid all of their customer support and salespeople based on new customer acquisition and zero incentives for retention.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So as long as their compensation structure is that way, they don't give a shit about their existing customers.
Yeah, but
there's got to be something to that, because why would they? You know, every cable company does that.
The thing too,
because they look at growth.
Yeah.
All the numbers they care about is how much more of the market they can take.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not, because they're losing it as fast as they're taking it.
But they're not. They're not losing it nearly as fast.
No, because there's a lot of people like me that can't get rid of it for one reason or another.
Yeah.
And they just make more money that way. It's a freaking, I don't know. Someone needs to like take them over and say, this is wrong. This is just wrong.
I mean, insurance companies are the same way, you know. I found that out.
My insurance company just screwed me.
Your cell phone company is the same way too.
Cell phones, everything.
My insurance, my cell phone goes down every month, every couple of years, because I've got customer cellular. Not only does it go down, mine went down like $10 over the course of the last 10 years. And I've gotten more services, because when I started, my service was, I had like, I don't know, 100 hours of, phone usage and so much download. And over the 10 years I've had customer cellular, well, not quite 10 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever. Not only has my price gone down $10 for 3 phones, I pay $65 for 3 phones, and they're now unlimited everything, text, download,
and
everything.
That'll work until the carriers who are actually providing the service,
that's AT&T,
decide they don't want to anymore.
Yeah.
Buy out consumer cellular and change you, whether you like it or not.
I don't think they can, because AARP, come to find out, actually owns customer cellular, from what I understand. So they ain't going to be selling out.
Yeah.
Then they can just say, we don't want you on our network anymore.
Well, it's mothered on it's mothered on AT&T. It actually goes to almost all of them. They have a contract with all the towers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I lose AT&T altogether, as long as there's an AT&T signal, it stays on it. But if I lose it, it'll roll over to one of the others, and I don't pay for it. It comes up and says you're now on a sub network at 3G instead of 4G or something.
Yep.
They don't charge me for it.
It's kind of like the Google one. I forget what it's called.
And next year they're starting to turn off the 3G networks.
Yeah.
Yep, and then start 5G. But at that point, you get a new phone. And they don't charge me crap for the phones.
I'm on Spectrum. I'm just waiting for the data caps.
Brand new iPhone 8s for $150.
Oh, that ain't bad.
When they were like $800 or $900.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. And
they're refurbed.
Yeah,
I bought refurbed ones.
Well, now they have the what is it? The SE, the newer SE.
The SE is the 8.
Yep.
Just like the original SE was the iPhone 5. It's basically whatever one they're getting rid of that year. Because, they went 8, 9, 10. Now they're 11 or 12. They're going to come out with the 12 soon, I guess. So the 8's going to get rolled away when the 12 gets done. So the 8 is now the SE.
Yeah.
When they do the 13, the 9 will be whatever.
They are internally different phones.
The iPhone 5 and the iPhone SE, the original SE, were exactly the same.
No.
Same case, same buttons, same internals.
They were not the same internals.
Motherboard, same everything. I switched one out with a guy.
I understand, but having taken apart hundreds of them, I can tell you they're different.
Yeah, they made them a little cheaper when they went to the SE, probably.
Yeah, isn't the SE a plastic case too, or at least on the current SE, not the new one?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I mean, they do stupid shit like that. The one thing I won't do is I won't buy the latest, greatest. I don't care what it is. My brother's actually talking about getting me a new Mac because we need some more money right off. And he's like, let's get you and Mom some new Macs. And I'm like, for one, they're ridiculously expensive. He's like, we don't care. We need to burn this money off. That's a good thing. You know, he's like, and he's a super computer scientist, like he going, but it's a 4-core i3. And he goes, yeah, but it's a 3.6 4-core i3. He says that's still as good as your baseline i7. You know, it's not like a high end one, but and he's right. I mean, I keep bitching that it's outdated, and the i3 is kind of outdated. It's old technology, but blah blah blah. It's still wicked fast.
Well, I bought
way faster than this dual core.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I bought
I got now.
I finally retired my 2011 MacBook at the beginning of this year, and bought a 2015 because I didn't want to go with the really crappy.
I'd still be using my 2010, but Brian Vine sent me this. This is actually his computer.
Oh, okay.
He sent it to me because he was like, I'm tired of hearing you bitch about this. My old one would only play video at 720. That's all it would do. Like if I was watching this and we kicked it up to 1080p, which this is 720, but it wouldn't play it. It would just give me a black screen.
It's kind of.
I mean, it won't do anything over 720 with the 2010. It's just that's it. That's all it would stream. And he's like, "Here, get
a high-end 2015. You'll actually dust most of the modern Macs, like up to I think 2018. There's some benchmarks that they've done, and that's what I did. I just got the full spec 2015.
There's guys that were right up until the new one. I mean, the new Power Mac is nice. And they finally made a good modular Mac again, but they did their stupidness. They're at least it's current model hardware, most of it. But it's like ridiculously so overpriced. The thing's
that's the problem.
Get a base model, it's $10,000.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Yep.
And that's the other thing, the Mac Mini. Because my brother's like, well, get an iMac or one of those with the screen and everything built in. Yep. I'm like, why would I do that? I'm going to spend more money to get less. He goes, what do you mean? The iMac Pro is this, and this. I said, the Mac Mini is faster, smaller, and half the freaking price.
Yeah. Without the screen, but still.
That's all you're losing, the screen and the keyboard and the mouse.
And you can still upgrade those.
And I don't need
any
of that. I use a freaking television. He's like, oh, you need higher resolution. No, I don't. My eyes suck. I can't tell if
it won't matter anyway.
Chris, he's not comparing it to a PC. He's comparing it to a Mac Mini.
Or an iMac.
Now they're starting to put those ARM processors in the new model, so it's going to be interesting to see where that heads.
I don't. It's ridiculously overpriced, and I don't know too many freaking $10,000 PCs that are just base i7s. They're all like the high end, whatever the new chip is.
Yeah, once you're doing it professionally and making money off of it, there's really not a good reason to spend.
There's definitely. Don't get me. I love Mac OS. There's no question about it. I prefer Mac OS, but the hardware is not up to old-fashioned Mac standards.
Yeah.
You used to get new, latest, greatest, sometimes not even latest, greatest, but unheard of new technologies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Apple would test grounds, and you get some bizarre shit you never even heard of that all of a sudden Apple's like, let's do that. You know, and you get that, and it was expensive, but it wasn't like ridiculously expensive. PCs were still more expensive in some cases. You know, my Mac G5 tower, the big aluminum tower, I had it absolutely maxed out when I bought that in like 2005. I think I bought it just when they started phasing out the G5s. And it was like a quad core with the water cooled and the whole 9 yards. It was $5,000.
Yep.
But an equal machine, like in the alien computers at the time, were just becoming big, and Dell was fading out, and Gateway and all of them were starting to fade out. But the Aliens and all those gaming PCs were coming out, and they were twice the price. And you got half as much.
Yeah.
And it, everyone's like, "Oh, you spent $5,000 on a Mac." I'm like, "Yeah, but look what I got." And the thing lasted me forever.
Yep. As long as you're not doing a lot of heavy gaming, I mean, it's
yeah. Well, even then, the Macs were still sort of a gaming unit back then.
Yeah, that's true.
Fade out. They're coming back now. They're really pushing to come back with the gaming. I think that's their whole plan with the new Apple chip is to get back into the gaming.
Yeah.
Because that thing's going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Whatever. There's the Mac Pro is nice. It's just it's ridiculously overpriced. I'm sorry. It's fucking $1,000. And that's like with tiny little hard drives and almost
Llama,
no memory.
You have somebody who wants to join us.
Yeah, join. Come on.
So send the link.
I think it's looks like it's still there in the top chat.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
that's the YouTube one. I mean, I don't know. I like them both. I've used both Macs and PCs my whole freaking life. And there's definite advantages to a PC here and there, but Mac OS is way more stable. End of story. Yeah, Cocky's going to try and say that the Macs are all equally priced. I'm sorry, they just aren't. The hardware is not up to spec to a PC. You can buy a cheaper PC that's got the same quality Mac crap, or the same specs, not necessarily the quality, but the same specs. Anyway.
I can't disagree because I'm a Mac guy too, but I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat that probably don't.
No, I mean, they both have their place. I like them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I've used Windows. Here's a Windows dude right there. Whoa, wait. This can't
I
be.
use Windows to run VS Code and compile.
The world is wrong.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah,
It's been a really long day.
Not only is Chris Riley sitting, but Llama's up late at night, and all the late night folks are in bed.
You're not doing this. You have to do the hand thing.
Gotta do the invisible piano. Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
Not much. What's going on, guys?
Same old. Are you actually working again, or are you just working from home?
I'm working from home. They've got us. All the offices are closed until like November or something. I mean, it's something ridiculous. So I'm still working from home.
I know plenty. I still look into PCs. I still have a PC next door. I haven't fired it up in like a year and a half, but so how are you working from home? Because you were like an on-site tech guy.
Yeah, it's been real difficult.
It's kind of hard to be an on-site tech guy when you can't be on site.
Yeah, you're like driving people's hands, from emails and phones, and it's really difficult. So we have, like, my biggest vendor is IBM. So now I'm relaying everything through IBM, and we have some sort of contract with those guys to do like sanitary, they're not around anyone. They go in and do all that stuff. It's funny you say that. I've put in 5 mainframes without having to go in to put them in, and it's been really weird. So now I'm just waiting for the company to tell me that they don't need me anymore because those other guys can do it. But
so like they don't work right now because you didn't do it.
Well, kind of, yeah, but they don't have my special flavor on them, I guess, is what I would say.
So IBM mainframes.
Has IBM sucked up Red Hat completely yet?
Not yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
But they're angling
on
it.
Pretty much a done deal because my brother worked at Red Hat. He just left it's been about a year. He's hoping to go back actually after IBM sucks him up.
Yeah. IBM's a strange company. IBM's weird because they have everybody over a barrel on a lot of stuff, and they know it. So
Yeah, but here's the thing. He was in tech and research. He's an actual computer scientist, and IBM is known to just let those guys just do whatever. Here's a boatload of money. Go make something cool.
Works. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a boatload of money. Go make something cool.
Yeah, I've been to some of their assembly plants. They still assemble a lot of the large frames here. Poughkeepsie is a big, Poughkeepsie, New York is a big plant for them. I've been to those, and that's exactly how it is. They just got these really smart dudes in closets. They got these crazy, wicked, messy offices, and that's the smart guy. He does all this stuff. It talking to some of those folks is just they're not even home. They have no social skills and know how to deal with people whatsoever. It's just all these huge equations, and they're trying to crunch some more instructions out of this bus or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's what my brother loved Red Hat when he right up until the end where the company he thought was good. It was just his immediate boss. He got a new boss, and she was just one of those. I'm going to advance in the program, and it wasn't about getting the project done. It was about how I can get one more step up. And he was just like,
yeah.
He's been there too long. He's been doing it too long. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't need some dingbat. I guess she was like 25-year-old, which, she was smart, but he's like, I've been doing this for, 30 years. I don't need you telling me how to hack software. That's what he was. He was a professional hacker. Red Hat would make software. They'd hand it to him and give him 3 months and say, break it and tell us how so we can fix it.
Yeah.
All he did, he sat there and broke it and said, this is what I broke. This is how you fix it. Have a nice day.
I always wanted to be on like one of those red teams, that did that stuff. I talked to a guy that worked for Visa, and they just had a team that they would go into an area or whatever and just roll everyone back from their keyboards, and they would go in and just break stuff. We can hack this and this and this, and that would be the coolest job ever.
Yeah, just make everybody else's life miserable. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they've got a thing now as a developer or infrastructure guy. You can get a certified ethical hacker certification. It's kind of cool. I've got a team of software developers, and we're going through some of that. So
normal day for Llama. Annoy everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out for a bit.
Hey, when you're good at something, go with it. I'm freaking good at it.
You're definitely qualified.
There you go.
Yep.
I'll see y'all in a bit.
Later, man. Dinner time for Bob, is it?
Yep.
Bob's Burgers. So what are you up to, Mr. Riley? I haven't seen you doing any streams or any movies or any videos or you're a little 2 weeks off, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on my vacation. I've been off a little over. It's been 2 or 3 weeks, but I just been kind of doing miscellaneous stuff here and there.
I still want your damn freaking Tron CXY that took your head off.
Well, you almost got it, actually. So a long time ago, when right after I gave up on it, Brandon, Techie Dad, he said, "Hey, if you don't want that thing, I'll take it." I'm like, maybe I'll turn it into something or whatever. And then you started asking me about it, and I thought I shipped off like 3 different printers last week because I was tired of dealing with them. And I thought, well, I'll send this over to Tom, but Brandon asked first. So I went to Brandon and said, "Hey man, do you want this thing?" And he did. So I shipped it off to him. But you were the second in line. You almost got it. So.
That's fine. If he's gonna, he'll play with it too. He's almost as bad. I just like fixing broken printers. It's just fun to me.
Yeah.
Mechanics,
I wish I had more time to do that.
See, I prefer the mechanics. Like you play with all the electronics, which is awesome because I go, "Hey, Chris, what did I do wrong?"
Yeah.
I got this thing. Everything moves beautifully, and yet the electronics say no.
Yeah. No, the mechanics are cool because you can kind of sit there and watch. It's like eventually you're going to hit it and see it in action with the problem that you're looking for. That's pretty cool. But I don't have a lot of time to do it, unfortunately, because that's kind of the easiest way to figure it out. You can kind of look at it after the fact, and figure, well, maybe it did this. But the easiest way is just to sit there and, keep after it until it happens. And I don't have the focus to do it. I wish I did. But.
You're making room for some FL Sun printers, right? I saw something on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
To be honest with that, I looked into the FL Suns, and they're cheap printers.
Yeah,
they're a quality printer. I'm going to say Creality's actually improved. Creality started listening to the customer. They're far from perfect. They're still Chinese, but the FL Suns that I've looked at have been a wide range of absolute garbage and absolute awesomeness. Like, I hear the couple of bigger deltas they make are really good for the price. They're like $250 for a big delta.
Yeah.
Most people are like, yeah, they're not perfect, but you can usually tweak them in and make them nice.
Right.
So,
a lot of bang for the buck. Yeah.
Because that's what I bought before I started building this monstrosity. I almost bought an FL Sun Delta. And then I started reading about Deltas and how, they're a pain in the ass and it's all software and, there's not much in the form of hardware fixing them. It's all about getting the software to, do the plate right. And, okay, it's me, software. No, moving on.
Yeah. Well,
if it was hardware issue.
My buddy Colin has the Cricket, which was like in 2017 or whenever they started making printers. It was like a QQ Cricket, or I don't remember the exact name of the model, but it was kind of garbage. I don't know if he ever got it to work correctly, but from what a lot of people, I really haven't been following them at all. I didn't know anything about it. They reached out and said, "Hey, you want something?" And do I need to take on one more thing? I don't know, but maybe they've changed. A lot of people on Twitter though said that they had good luck, so we'll see.
They make the really large format one, right? I've seen that on a few reviews. I can't remember the model, but
yeah, 3D Printing General said he had one, and I kind of he does a lot of different reviews and going through a lot of machines, so he's probably got some more experience than I do with that manufacturer. So he said it was decent, but we'll see. Delta, it's always the bed level, right? It's a lot of companies really hammer that level and don't get the method of doing it quite right. So we'll see.
You was painting or taping mud. What?
Taping mud. I hope he's not talking about sheetrock, because that's like one of my least favorite jobs in the world.
Me too, and yeah, I'm really, really good at it.
I suck at it.
I've done it all my life. That's what I used to do for a living. I built houses, taping and mudding.
Oh man,
I'm wicked slow at it. Oh, this is flat roof paint. We're too freaking cheap to put a new flat roof on, so let's throw like 6 millimeters of rubber crap on top and hope it holds for another 10 years. This is a wicked expensive shirt, and it pisses me off because I went down to New York with my old boss to paint this roof, and you roll this anyways, it's a roll-on roof that you put over in a patch of roof temporarily, basically. And I packed some crap, like, oh, we're going to go out a couple nights. I'm going to take you guys out for, going to New York and dealing with the whole thing. So I packed the good shirts. I left my crappy ones at home. This is like a $60 t-shirt. And I ended up screwing it up. This is like a really nice, I don't know if you ever heard of Duluth Trading.
Yeah, I've seen the commercial.
A really nice, like, anti-sweat, I don't know, it's got some kind of stone in it, like quartz or something that keeps your body cool, and to be honest, it actually works. I don't know if it's actually the stone or the weave, and if it's a really, really nice shirt. And yet, Shit happens.
Yeah, Llama's the reason why we can't have anything nice.
At least why I don't have anything nice.
Yeah, somebody said something that what it was we were blaming Pooch after the whole spool racer incident. Everything was blame Pooch, and then they're like they wanted to turn that on me. I don't think that's really accurate. If we wanted to blame me for everything, now if it got broken in any way, then I will fully accept that responsibility because it feels like I break everything. But that's just kind of what I do.
Part of the fun, isn't it? Breaking stuff.
Yeah.
Jump in there, Ricky. Mr. Ricky Tanner.
I haven't talked to Ricky in a while.
Ricky Tanner's going to come on and sing some rap for us.
Word.
Country rap. There you go, Ricky. There's a new niche for you. Country rap. How would you even do that? We have a Vince. How would you even do that? Stuffing his face with something.
What's up, Vince?
We have a Vince.
Yeah, I'll jump out so somebody else can get in.
I have like 10 people in here.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You don't have to go anywhere.
All
Unless
right.
you want. I mean, if you want to leave, go ahead.
Tom, I haven't used StreamYards in a while. Did they up the limit? It was like 6 for a while. They got more now?
Yeah, if you pay for it, it's 10.
Cool.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's still 6 for the free. It's still 10 in the green room. So if you have a full house, you can't have people in the green room waiting anymore. It used to be 10 in the green room, 6 online. And then
it's too bad there's not like a more open platform, like where Zoom's got, they keep coming out with different things and teams and everybody's got to have their own.
I don't know why Zoom is so popular. I find it freaking annoying as crap.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I'll go back to Google Meetings or whatever it is first. That's not as bad as Zoom.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Google Meet or whatever it is. The new if you're using Gmail, you got that, start a meeting, join a meeting thing on this. I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, I played with it a little bit. It's not as good as the old whatever we used to use before this. What the hell do they call that?
Yeah, the Hangouts or what? Yeah,
Hangouts. Yeah. It's not as good as that, but it's better than Zoom. Yeah, Zoom. People don't realize Zoom is just really like bad at security. It's like the worst.
They made the headlines a few times lately, haven't they?
Yeah,
like Chinese.
They're just like, oh, we're sorry.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, we're gonna fix it. We're sorry. It's like, oh, we're sorry. Get over it.
Yep.
They don't even fix it. I mean, you just. Oh well. I don't really miss Hangouts. I prefer StreamYards over Hangouts. It's simpler. There were some cool features that we used to use with Hangouts on occasion, but nothing we needed.
I like the StreamYards because it's so contained. It's kind of a one-stop shop. You get in and all of it's just right here.
Yeah.
Hangouts was kind of a cumbersome. You'd start a chat and then it would open a new window, and then nobody knew where to communicate with you in the chat.
And you go in there and do all the settings and get the stream keys and. This is just like, click, I'm online. People can see my dumb ass. Yeah. What the hell is that thing in front of you? Oh, I know what that is. It's that weirdo thing you were working on before. That overpriced little tiny thing.
This thing? Yeah. The laser. So I started the 3D printing and it went 50%, and then I went to lasering, and it lasted like 45 minutes. So.
And what did it do? Burn out too?
Yeah. I don't know.
Were you just like engraving something, or?
No, I was just testing it on cardboard.
Oh, okay.
Just
45 minutes. That's
sort of image.
You can't even handle cardboard.
I got about 75% through. Yeah, and no more. So yeah, hopefully Snapmaker 2.0 is a lot better than the first version.
That's just like a little diode laser on there. Yeah.
I don't remember. It's really tiny. I don't remember the power on it, but it's not much.
You have to wear the goggles when Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Vince has got it for me. But
Burn your
yeah,
eyes.
you do.
Oh, there you go.
Here, I'll
Well,
protect the eyes for you.
I on the auction site, I originally won a laser, but this one the frame was good, but all the acrylic was broke. And it had a 2.5 watt laser that worked fine. But the control board, there's my camera. The control board mounting was broke, but it still worked. I ended up finding another one on the site, different control board, a little 500 milliwatt laser, but it doesn't work. There's no low power and high power. Barely. High power looks like low power, and then there's no low power, so it's bad. But I have a great frame, so I moved the 2.5 watt over there. Now I just gotta basically model up a bracket so I can mount the control board to the back of it.
Was that an Arduino based control board? It looked like it had a.
Yeah, they have they're both nanos.
Yeah, that's cool. Little stuffers on them. Yeah.
Yeah. And the boards work, so
Yeah.
between the two of them, I got one good working one, or one good frame, good working parts. I just gotta now just mount the control board on it, and it's a little 2.5 watts, so it'll be fun to play with. I know it works because I used it. The original frame, there's a bar that goes across here. On the original one, it has a bend in it, so one side get like a little wave to it. This other one, the bar's nice and straight, runs smooth. There's no wobble to it, so I'm going to just make a quick little plate to attach the control board to the back of it, and away I'll go. And then I got extra parts.
It's just wrong with Chris sitting there. For one, he's sitting, and he's got no printer in front of him upside down, turned sideways. With
the screen ratio is off unless I stand. It's kind of
just wrong. For one, it makes you look short, and I know you're not.
Yeah.
I'm hiding behind Timmons, all caps.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm in this freaking chair that jacks me up in the air, so I look tall, even though I'm short.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Well, Robert Reynolds was saying he'd never seen me sit down. I've actually done a couple of interviews from over there, because there's like the farm area, and then I've got another PC over there where I, like for Octoprint or whatever, in a desk. But I've actually done some interviews over there where I'm sitting down and everybody freaks out. It's kind of funny.
It's funny because too bad I don't have my green screen up, but I still have your old background in my green screen, and it's like completely different than what you have there. I mean, the shelving's the same and the table's the same, but everything else is different. I mean,
it's a constant state of chaos around here, man. It's just like throwing stuff in places. Like you get done with something, you just slide it off onto the floor. That's kind of what it feels like. And it all just goes like in this shelf. Or I really wish I had some fluid method of doing things, but it's just completely, just running as fast as you can, trying to get stuff done. It's ridiculous. You
need like one of those rotating bookcase shelves where you pull the book and then it spins around. Or racks. That'd be cool.
I would actually like to get it like behind me where it wasn't just ramshackle, like because this is where I work, right? I mean, all of this stuff, nothing is placed. It's just where I dropped it. Mm-hmm. And I would like to actually have it, like an actual YouTube channel where you display things and things look nice. But I don't think it's ever going to be that way. It's just going to be where I make things.
Where Cocky just asked you do a Chris's basement interview. Do a because he actually does like pretty cool interviews. I don't know if you've seen where Cocky doing his little chat thing, but it's kind of fun because it's not just the classic. I'll just start in 3D printing. Right. He does the speed question thing.
There's some good edgy questions you get.
Well, it's mostly ridiculous crap.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's cute the way he does it. It just makes you laugh. You should do one with him. Do it.
Sure, why not? I get on with Warcocky. I've been on a couple of different ones.
You can come on mine once a month or so.
Yeah, I try to jump on. And I always feel bad, Tom, because Dan was asking me, somebody else, it was either Dan or one of the other guys was asking me, why don't you come on our stream? And I was like, well, I thought I did. And no, it was Tom's stream. So
Yeah.
they were on the stream, but it was actually your stream. So I catch
dinner too.
I've known Tom the longest. That's all I can tell you. That's the only reason why I joined.
There you go. I sent you a cool knife, so I win.
Well, you do. I use that thing every day. It's right here on my keyboard. So.
I don't think people realize just how cool it is.
It's really cool. I should do a video on it.
I did a video on it.
Did you?
Yeah. How I made it.
I usually catch a lot of your videos, actually.
That's old. I did it. Literally, I sent them to you guys because you got one. Glenn got one and Walter got one, and I released the video right after all three of you got them. I wanted to make sure you got them so you were surprised. I don't know if you saw the video of because I really screwed with Glenn when he got his. I don't know if you remember seeing that video, but I wrapped it in boxes with like 8,000 pounds of tape around it. I literally used a whole roll of tape on it, like deliberately. So at the very end, I had a little note that this will help you get into all the boxes.
Nice.
Pete's just laughing, going, "You bastard!"
I remember that.
Yeah, after he made the video, I go, "You freaking asshole!"
That's awesome.
I had like little notes open from this end for no reason, just to make them do crap.
My favorite Llama video is still the automotive wire sleeving where you're talking about twisting it.
It works.
It does work, but it was you even made comments on the video how many times you said twist. It was great.
Oh yeah, I do that a lot. And a lot of times you'll see little notes under there. I'll be like, "How many times did I say blue tape in this video?" You got to make them fun, otherwise they just get boring.
Yeah.
I didn't do one for my hard drive. No one really watched the two for the PlayStation or the Wacom tablet, so I didn't even bother doing the hard drive one. Gotta have the blue tape, baby.
I used that stuff not too long ago on my glass bed when I was waiting for my AC bed to get there.
But you need a bigger roll.
Yeah, there you go.
You can't afford those. Those get too expensive.
Or like the 6-inch wide version.
Yeah,
I
that's
actually
why
had a 12-inch roll for a short time, but it's like $60.
Yeah.
And you don't get that. You only get like 50 feet. You don't get the 50 yards like most of them. It was ridiculously overpriced.
But when your bed size is 6 inches and you can get a 6-inch roll, it makes it so much easier.
Now, you would talk about expensive tape, but gaff tape.
Oh, yeah, gaffy tape works pretty good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just fancy duct tape.
We use that a lot in the music industry because it doesn't leave the crappy sticky residue on your cables when you take it back up.
It works really well.
It's a mixture of duct tape and blue tape.
Well, it's like a cloth.
Yeah. Well, most duct tapes are cloth.
I wonder how well it would work for nylon.
Duct tape has that weird plastic layer over it that the gaffer tape doesn't have.
Right. And the gaff tape adhesive sticks well until you want to peel it off, and then it peels off and doesn't leave a residue, which is why it's expensive as hell.
Something probably none of you have ever even heard of, but there's this stuff you get around here because of electric boat where the submarines are made. There's this EB green duct tape that you put it on something and it's never, ever coming off ever again.
You really need to see some pipeline tape.
We used to put it on our fingers. Like if you cut your finger on a job site, you take some EB green and you wrap it around your finger. You like have to get in the shower and like take a pair of scissors and cut it off, and when you peel it back, it takes skin with it. That stuff does not come off.
Like the tape they use on race cars when they have a cracked panel.
No. Did you guys, Bob, did you send that to the right address? Because I have not gotten anything from you guys.
Same one you sent your stickers from.
Yeah.
Pipeline tape's worse because it's about an 1/8 inch thick and gooey as all hell.
Yeah. The EB Green is just gnarly. I mean, it's made for submarines and underwater. It's waterproof and all kinds of crap. And it's government-based, you know, it's an electric boat. But everybody around here, I mean, probably 25, 30% of the people around here work in electric boat. That's like the major employee in this area. You either work at electric boat or Pfizer's, or you work for people who work at electric boat or Pfizer's, one or the other. Those are the two biggies in this area.
That, and I love the aluminum actual duct tape.
Yeah, that stuff's actually nice.
Yeah,
So
it's
great.
expensive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually works.
I
That's
used it
better
to
than
patch
the old fabric base.
when I got that ANET A8. The blower fan had a corner chipped out of it. I used that to replace the corner that was chipped out of the fan.
Nice.
Worked.
I like to put that stuff on top. Like you put Captain tape down and then put the aluminum tape over that. You know, like for thermistors and stuff. That stuff works great.
Yeah, it does. It works better than the Kapton tape, I think, other than it'll like short stuff out.
Absolutely. Yep.
Good insulator.
I think
Probably
the whole-
on it though, right?
I gotta say, my freaking, I'm gonna have to do a video on that. My RTV bed insulator is working quite well. It has definitely evened out the heat on that. And I think it actually heats up now. I can get up to like 65 degrees without it blowing off the alarm.
I've seen people making nozzle socks with that RTV. It seemed to work.
Yeah,
really
well, that's what I did with it. That's why I originally had it. But now you can. Back when I bought the tube, you couldn't get them for all the knockoffy blocks and stuff. Now you can get them for everybody.
Yeah.
You just go on eBay, or I go to a Gulf Coast Robotics or whatever. They have socks for everything, and you get like 4 or 5 of them for $3. It's like that's a year's worth of socks. I'm not going to sit there and like squeeze RTV and get that crap all over me. And
It's not
so I
working.
squirt it all over the bottom of the bed, just to, insulate the bed. And it works, because I used to have a square in the middle of that. This is on the Glenn's old ANET piece of shit. There was probably a 4-inch square that was actually up to temperature, and going out, to the full width of the bed at 300 millimeters, it would drop 10, 15 degrees as you went out. Where now it drops like 4 degrees.
That's not bad.
Hey, Llama.
But
Warcocky's wanting a link.
it's already up there, ain't it?
We gave it to him.
He okay. I was gonna say he said it scrolled too far.
We can allow our work hockey. The other Chris's basement. I don't know if we can allow that. He's
I
not
was
there.
gonna say I signed on for
An error.
Tom guys. I don't know if I can do
An error. You're giving me some kind of error, work hockey. I don't know what. Oh, there it is. It like faded in.
boy. Here we go.
Who's ready for
Other
a
Chris in the
party,
basement.
gentlemen and ladies that might be in chat?
Uh-oh.
Might be.
Might be.
Beverage time.
Mama Carnes is in there.
Yeah, Mama got me the beer.
Oh, did
She
she?
goes, "Did you want bourbon or a beer?" And I was like, "I'll take the Rona,
Are
Mom."
you really drinking a Corona beer? Is that like half price these days?
They
That's
are
one thing
actually
it's
a lot
not.
cheaper.
They are a lot cheaper, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nobody
Honestly, if it was cheaper, I'd buy it.
I can't drink Corona.
I mean, you're not going to get sick from it unless you drink too many.
That was one of those Corona and freaking Jenny Cream Ale. Ugh.
That sounds gross.
You never had a Jenny Cream Ale?
No.
No. I
Oh.
don't really drink anything named Jenny.
Dude, go get yourself a Jenny Cream Ale.
You just said they're gross. Why the hell
do
would I
not
just go
buy
home?
the 6-pack.
Hey guys, have you ever eaten boogers? You haven't? You should totally try it. Like, no,
Have you
I don't want to try.
Hey man,
Why
this
do I
is
want to try
terrible.
this?
The insurance
This is
company
terrible. Try it.
That's kind of like whenever somebody tastes something that's like awful. Like they'll take a drink of milk and go, "Oh, does that taste bad to you?"
Oh, we did that to Robbie Mack the other night on stream.
Throw it out.
Viking was describing some Norwegian cheese, and he bought Robbie Mack bought some, and it just came in the other day.
You guys ever see that stupid
Did you
ad
get
with
any
Brad
surstrumming?
The
Tastes like
Viking wanted to
hair,
get on
you gotta
stream and
try it.
try it live.
Well, Mom, you said not to come upstairs unless I'm wearing pants, so... That and Uncle Bob doesn't want to see it either, so...
Please don't stand up.
This is going to get so carried away, and people are going to start thinking it's true. I'm okay with that.
Is that the train? Yep, my
I'll
printer,
never,
everything's shaking.
I'll never forget Jimmy, may he rest in peace, the day he got up and he was just in his underwear. On the street.
That really
It was like, oh,
Worth it.
I was just thinking about Jimmy. I still have the last email that Jimmy sent me, and it's like a book. And I still don't think I've gotten through the whole thing. And now I kind of don't want to read it because I don't want to get through the whole thing. You know, I'm just saving it. So
and what was funny was when he stood up without pants on, nobody in the chat called him on it. Not a soul.
If I stood up with no pants on, no one would call it either. Because they'd be weird if they did.
Everyone just
Oh, we
chat got really
screenshot
quiet.
that shit.
What's
For one,
19 is zero.
Be instantly appearing. If
I
you
got my
wasn't
bat cocky underwear on right now, so it's all good.
bat cocky underwear.
Yeah, it's just a big dildo like light.
Poop cocky. You are poop cocky.
Cocky, all the things.
Poop cocky.
I wore my more cocky shirt today fishing. That was real fun.
I wore it to the grocery store yesterday.
Yeah, I was hanging out with my buddies playing pickleball today after I went fishing for a few hours, and
I think I need
like,
another
what
drink.
the hell? Why do you have a hand drawn shirt? And I was like, it's not hand drawn. It's just a Viking. And then they read it and they started laughing. I was like, that's what happens when you're on the internet at 10 o'clock at night with a bunch of people that are.
Dude, that just clicked with me. That was from that stupid game that night.
It was.
You were both wearing those T-shirts, and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Just now, like literally, what was it, 24, 48 hours later? I'm like, holy crap, that's from you guys wearing playing that game that
I
night.
have a need for more cocky.
He's not the
it's the greatest
sharpest tool
shirt
in the
ever
box.
made.
I forgot all about that. Those came quick, huh?
Yeah, it was like 5 days.
It's not bad.
I know. It was like took the weekend and then 3 days. It shipped FedEx, I think.
It was kind of fun.
That was
Cleavage
great.
is still the best labs.
I need to see Chris Riley on Jackbox games.
Yeah. He would probably get into it.
I don't know.
Chris
He
is
seems
like, what the hell
very,
did I just
very
get into?
conserved on the inside. You know, he's like, oh,
Yeah,
I really want
no.
to say anything that would be lewd and naughty. And then he sees us go off, and he's just like, oh boy.
He doesn't have to come in with his real name.
He's
That's true.
He's not joining.
He could be
any
anal
more of our
leakage.
streams ever.
Yeah.
He came in yesterday.
I can read his mind. It's in like a thought bubble right now over his head.
Besides the part that says all caps for Jimmy, thought bubble.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get that GIF in the corner then, the thought bubble GIF. Especially one for me. Like,
Good. That's
actually pretty cool. I can hide behind that.
you can hide behind that. Dan, you're not anal leakage. There's no proof.
You have anal leakage.
I don't think we want the proof.
It's from all the cats. He probably has some like cat disease.
It's got cat butt leakage.
Oh. I already don't like cats because they have to poop inside your home. It's
They
just
don't
kind of
have
weird.
to. Everyone, that's just a myth. Cats can shit outside. They really can.
They can, but they're not really trainable, are they? Can you be like, you're only pooping and peeing outside?
No,
Yeah.
you still have to have the cat box because they got to go. But when we
That's
have
what I'm
cats,
saying.
our cats
No.
are all outdoor cats.
You
and
put in
I
a door just like you do for the dog.
cat.
Man, if I had a dog door, that dog would be like, hey, I'm going outside. Just whenever it feels like. And I'd be like, where the hell is my dog?
Yeah, we have that in our sliding glass door. We changed out the glass panel, and now the bottom corner has a swinging dog door. She comes and goes whenever she wants.
I'd probably go out it too late at night. Be like, I don't feel like opening this. I'm just gonna crawl.
And
in this hole."
my dog's got a doggy door, and it was a life changer for us.
I don't think that's a thing in the Midwest. I don't think we do those doggy door things here. I've never seen one at anyone's house out here.
Too cold in the winter.
I had 6 cats.
True.
And I take cat litter maybe once a week.
Thing you got to worry about here in Tennessee is raccoons coming back in your doggy door at night.
Yeah.
Probably need a better dog.
Squirrels.
They don't do that. They don't like the dogs and cats.
Yeah, right around here is a possum war zone. So there are large families of, and my dog, he's a pit bull mix. He's ancient. He's over 12 years old, but he's about 75 pounds. And there are some possums out there that will completely stand their ground. I mean, they are not scared of that dog at all.
Dog.
You know, 3 or 4 of them show up. It's you do not want one of those coming in to eat the dog food. That would be bad.
We've got possums, skunks, and some crazy looking critter called a nutria.
You got a nutria out there?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So we just get a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any weird creatures. Just squirrels. Chipmunks.
Yeah, well, they have you, so they don't need any more weird
Yeah,
creatures.
that's why people don't have dog doors in Illinois, is because I live in Illinois. So they'd be like, "Who is this weird gentleman entering my house with a dog door?"
Who let the war cocky in?
Yeah. Who let the work hockey in? Who?
You couldn't fit through our dog door, Chris.
Oh, I'll get in there somehow. I come with an axe. This dog door wasn't big enough. Now it's the code.
You just see this really hairy arm fishing for the knob.
What's that from frickin' that movie where he like cuts through the hole and he sticks his face through? What the hell? I can see
The
him-
Shining?
Yeah, The Shining.
Yeah.
I can see you pulling off The Shining like in a dog door.
There's a wear cocky. You should see me on a full moon.
Oh
This
my
tan goes up fully up the body when it's night out.
God. Now I gotta make another war cocky, a wear cocky.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say that there's another model.
yeah.
Have you seen all of them I've gotten now, Chris, of him?
I've seen a handful.
Oh, there's barf cocky, bat cocky, poop cocky. What else?
Binky
I-
cocky.
Huh?
Binky cocky.
And then there's one that nobody else but Chris and I have.
Yeah.
Dick cocky.
Have you
No cocky.
test sliced that yet? At
You
least
know what?
No.
I haven't. Now that you reminded me, I'm gonna move it from this computer to that computer.
I was just curious if it,
It should slice just fine. If not, there's always NetFab,
that's true.
which Chris Riley taught us all how to do.
Something
I'm
like that.
fangirling over here because like half the shit I know about 3D printing is just watching a Chris Riley. Like, Chris, how do you know all this stuff? Well, let me tell you, I'm not the Chris who knows everything. I just go to that other Chris.
Chris in
I-
basement unite.
Guys, you taught me.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's also in Bob's basement. He's just in the other building's basement.
Chris is the reason that I got my first 3D printer. So
Yeah.
he sent me.
I got
that
mine because of
X1
Joel
back
telling.
there.
That seems like 20 years ago.
Yeah, just a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
Or 20, whatever, same difference.
It was 2
seems
years
like
in April.
forever.
COVID
It-
ages
4
you
years of printer years.
at an accelerated rate. These last 3 months have felt like a year.
Yeah, every YouTube year is like dog years.
I don't think that X1 has printed anything in like probably close to a year.
Oh.
It just sits on my shelf and collects dust now.
Well, it's a nice trophy.
You should
I
gold
keep
plate it.
waiting for somebody to that seems deserving that doesn't have a printer to just send it to him like you did me, but I haven't come across that person.
Yeah.
Don't send it to me.
Eventually, the stuff just becomes wall art.
There you go.
Oh wow, there's a frame up there. All my Mark III frames are sitting on a shelf over there, along with my my Ender 5 frame.
While
I have to
the
put it
X1
somewhere.
is not a good printer, it is a good printer for somebody who wants to learn how to do this and wants to learn all the stuff that they have to deal with.
Dan, are you trying to rub up on Chris Riley now? First you rub up on me, now it's all Riley is a great guy. He cemented my wanting to print. Come on. You've said that about everybody who comes on stream.
That. He's
You're like,
here.
Llama,
you.
You cemented my wanting to print. Bob Carnes, you cemented my wanting to print.
That's extra special.
Yes.
But he's not allowed to live in the house.
That's true.
Is that broken?
No, it just has collected a lot of dust sitting on my shelf for almost a year.
Oh. We still need to do the all Chris stream with Chris Free.
I told you that's all it does now is collect dust.
Jump in here, Robert.
And Chris from West East Coast rap.
We need Chris Travis in here so we can. And then we got to get Chris Galata, and we can just have the Chris stream.
we could probably find 9 guys. Pileski, Free,
Yep.
Me, you,
Chris
Russell, practical printing.
Travis.
Yep.
So
you should do that. You should set that up sometime. See if you can get all like 9 or 10 of you on one stream.
We've talked about it forever. We really need to get that done.
I'm waiting for Chris Riley to not be busy. My goal is to find Chris Riley being, man, I'm really bored. And then I'm just going to jump into his DMs like, bro.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. Chris has stuff lined up for like the next 6 months.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The calendar's
That's why
always
sometimes I don't envy the Rileys and Tellings and stuff that like are getting printers all the time to like look at. I'm like, I get behind just like testing the random shit I get. Like, oh, here's a new hot end. Like,
so how many printers still in box do you have currently sitting in the basement, Chris?
A handful right now. It's kind of exploded recently. There's probably 6 or 7 over there, but and I feel bad because I really do. Honestly, I'm not trying to lay it on. I'm completely honest, but I try to refrain from accepting things. But if you've done business with one of these companies before, they just send it. They don't ask. You know, they have your address. They just send it. So
I love my mailman.
And then they get upset when you don't have a video or an unboxing or something like that. You know. But
how can they be upset? It's so weird.
We showed that the shipment arrived last week. Why haven't you put out a video on it yet?
It's Chris
I get
Travis
that all the time, man. All the time.
It's C cubed, baby. Oh wait, that's East Side. Oh. East Side.
Oh, and he's not on the pie setup tonight.
Nope, not tonight.
Okay, we need to get one more person in here. That way I can move Chris Riley out and then bring him right back in, and we can have the 3 on the bottom, and they could be all the Chris's in the basement.
So, Chris Riley, I don't know if you saw that. Chris Travis jumped into a stream one day, streaming entirely from a Raspberry Pi.
Really?
His display, his microphone, keyboard, mouse, everything plugged into a Raspberry Pi.
Pi 4?
Nice.
Pi 4.
Far less impressive. If you did it on a Pi 2A.
I don't even know if that's possible.
I don't think you can.
Because like, there's that guy that Prime ETA Prime. Dude, that dude is like doing crazy shit with Pi 4 now. He's like, check out this new OS that does all this crazy stuff. There's like one that looks like Windows 98.
Well, they got Windows 10 now.
Oh, we got Andrew.
Fulfilled.
The Pi project I really want to do at some point is a Blender render farm.
Render.
We have a full house.
I was gonna say, is that someone painting a truck?
Yeah.
I'm rapping.
It's a vinyl wrap.
Oh, yeah, he's rapping.
Well,
Wait, so
How's
that
it going,
means
Mike?
Tanner and Mike need to hang out, and they can make country rap.
he's like rocking back vinyls, cars, and stuff.
Oh,
Nice.
shit. That's
Is that
dope.
like a? I can't see it very well. Is that like an Isuzu cab forward?
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Turbo.
That's awesome.
We need some major teeth.
Those things are awesome. I want one of them little European freaking little go-getter freaking trucks there that like they use for the mail ladies in England.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
They sell them over here. These
I
little-
don't because I'm not in England. Damn you, Andrew.
Oh, they're
Ah!
awesome.
One angry Wakaki for that picture.
That's one of those trucks that if it doesn't have a bed on it at all and they go really fast and hit the brakes, it'll tip forward.
I don't want this view with 10 people.
I've seen the video.
I had to
Yeah,
move over like this way to get the middle of my
Yeah,
slice.
this one has a
Hey, Chris, there's a thing called
tilt bed.
He can't reach that camera from where he's at. He's got to like leap over a desk, and
Yeah.
if he's like me, he's not leaping over any desks anytime soon. In
So how's
cat-like fashion.
they Chris doing?
We know if we combine, we become Voltron.
I need more drink. I'll be back. I'll terrorize my stream now.
Dude, we need to get 5 Chris's and be like the Power Rangers. We can all have. I am Prusa. Chris.
The funny thing would be
I'm
like
the Orange Ranger.
the funny thing would be like, so tonight on the Llama Show, I'm interviewing Chris. So, Chris, I have a question for you, and everybody goes, yes.
We'll all answer at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm making a new meme. Driver's license with face mask on them.
Nice. There's been some good face mask memes lately.
I'm gonna do the next one. I'm gonna do is a police lineup with everybody wearing a mask. Can you identify the perpetrator?
I don't know, but I could smell them. Man, I want to watch an old cop movie.
What, RoboCop?
Yeah, the original. Definitely
Yeah,
not the new one where,
original.
where he shoots a man in the dick. That's just weird.
Oh,
Have you
just
seen
to
that
number 3.
RoboCop video? The one where he shoots everyone in the dick?
Yes, I have seen that.
That is the greatest YouTube thing in the world. Besides, so if you haven't seen, there's a 3D printing wrap that I'm in. Well, mentioned in. That's hilarious. There's also the RoboCop shooting the dick, but then there's the classic just watching cats. I miss those days. Remember when everyone watched cats on YouTube?
Now we watch Llama.
Now we watch Llama mix drinks. So we're gonna go with 5 fingers of rum. And is he putting beer and ice together?
No, it's rum.
Oh, it is rum. And that is about 4 fingers of rum. Yep, so 4 fingers of rum. Got it. Yep, 4 fingers of rum. I know my 16-ounce pint glasses. And about 3/4 a can of Coke.
But I think that's the 8-ounce can, not the 12.
Yeah, these are the micro little 8-ounce cans, and it's not empty.
Yeah, so it's mostly rum.
It's about 50-50 mix.
Man, I remember working in the bar and watching people go like, "This isn't strong
Cheers.
enough." So bartenders would get pissed off and literally like fill the thing up and then put like the lightest splash from the gun of Coke, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is undrinkable." Like, fucking make up your mind. Like,
If I could see through my rum and Coke, there's no Coke.
that's what they did at our bar for Long Island iced teas. Like, you could always see through them, and I'm like, how does anyone drink this cocktail?
Oh God, that's the only way to drink a Long Island iced tea, though. That's when they're actually good. They are good when they're semi see-through. They got to be just have
Semi. It was.
Well, they
it
have
was
to have
like
that
someone.
caramel hit.
It looks like someone dropped a little like sprinkling of dirt
These
into it
feel
and stirred it
like
around. Oh, look, it's brown water.
Iced tea. Oh God, I used to drink Long Island iced teas all the time. Holy crap! Talk about tripping.
Yeah, because they're mixing
I don't
different
think
alcohols together. Like rule
Yeah.
number 75
That's
of
all it
drinking.
is with a splash of.
If you're gonna drink bourbon, drink bourbon. Don't drink bourbon and then a scotch and then fucking vodka and then tequila. That doesn't make any sense. Like
Oh no! It makes
how to
perfect
wake up
sense.
in the morning feeling like you did the stupidest thing, even though all you did was drink. Like,
Someone's
But it-
trying to get in and
It
can't.
is good with a little bit of vermouth.
well, sure. Like,
Who's trying to get in, but you can't come in because we're full up.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out.
not
Call it
Greg.
Justin.
Okay,
Have a good night, Greg.
Yeah, good night.
Greg.
Nah.
Greg.
I
Hi,
can't
Greg.
reach
You're
my
out.
screen.
See you, Greg.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
Greg.
Greg. Hi, Greg.
Now you can jump in whoever it was. Doesn't tell you who it was. Just said someone tried to.
Yeah,
get
I
in.
wish it would say that. Like, hey,
Yeah.
It was probably Dan.
anal leakage.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah, it
Dan,
was
you're supposed to
Dan.
be in bed.
Yeah. Yep, it was Dan.
Oh.
Everyone's saying about bed.
Not a bad view for 10
This
people.
guy.
I
Hi,
liked it.
Dan. I don't go to bed. I play finger fighting with working man Michael Cassell.
Hey,
350.
I'm only here for 2 reasons.
Chris Riley.
Only here for 2 reasons.
What you can
That's
do,
it.
Chris,
Just 2 reasons.
is show Chris Riley that
Oh.
poster you made me that you still haven't shipped to me, have you?
And I'm only here to tell Warcocky that he needs to have one more.
Actually, this is the only beer that's left in the fridge.
And to tell this guy right here, thank you once again, because the Hypercube is going to be coming to life here, hopefully soon.
Chris Riley's getting his butt licked by Dan.
Hey, at least says the guy who
and he's smiling.
Says the guy who earlier admitted he was fangirling because Mr. Riley was in here. So
I always fangirl when Riley's around, even when I'm
so
not.
Do I. So you give me all the shit you want.
Crap tonight. You don't even have to wipe your ass because they all licked it clean for you.
Dan,
Llama.
Yeah,
Riley.
I like those stickers. Those just came out good.
He only got the Tom the 3D or Tom 3D print Viking because he retweeted it and I just happened to see it. So thanks.
So you mean to tell me that you didn't see my tweet? You saw
No, Viking's way more
tweet?
important. Here's Viking. Dan's this last little bit of beer in here. That's.
I'm not even that. I'm beneath that. I'm the cigarette that's drowning in it.
Tom is a Twitter giant. He's got like 4,000 plus followers or something.
I know.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Please tell me that board is already smoked.
I mean, Chris might have been smoking while that board was being used. So if you get a contact high, Dan, when you turn that thing on, you can thank the Riley man.
I wish I was that late back.
I want to see Viking start doing that prayer. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Viking needs to start streaming that. He said he was going to start soon.
The Ymir.
Not everything now, doesn't he? He's only like waiting on some bolts or something.
Yeah, the bolts came in.
And the Canova bed, right? The heat bed.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need the heated bed to
he
start
doesn't
the
need the
project.
heat bed. Riley, have you seen the bed for that thing he's building?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's only 600 by 600.
It's a 6 millimeter thick, 600 by 600 sheet of aluminum. It's freaking huge. It's like the size of your desk.
What's he using? Is it stationary or is he actually?
No, it's moving.
No, the
That's
thing-
why.
Yeah, but
the
he's
bed-
moving
the
the
bed-
Z. He's
the
moving
bed's
the bed up
coming
and
down.
down.
On linear rails.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
what's-
thought he was doing like
Yeah.
Fun did and moving the carriage up and down.
No.
Like
No.
a three-cylinder engine or something that moves it up and down.
He's got those fatty 60 millimeter 0.9 motors.
Huge
Really?
motors. Yeah.
And he's going 4 lead screw, right?
3, I think he's going to now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's doing this right.
4 is weird at that size because if that binds at all at that length, because again, the amount that you can pitch it is much less the longer the surface is. So if it's out of whack, it might just bind.
Yeah.
Hey Dan, you know what I was doing today?
Sleeping.
I don't. Is it safe to say it on stream?
Yeah.
Are you weed whacking poison ivy again?
Oh, I think I know what you were doing. If you're bringing up the screen, I think I know what you were doing. There it
Fat
is.
cocky.
I knew it. I knew it. There's the dingbat. There it is.
I was going to guess.
Dingbat 3D,
I
baby.
got a hanger in there so you can put a real life like swinger and freaking.
Yeah.
I can put the cock knocker in there.
You got to print it large enough to put one of those truck nuts on it.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like that's what I was talking about. Is underneath have a set of balls hanging out the bottom. Like originally when I showed Llama, I drew it just kind of goofing around, and I had put like a bell with like the bat head and then like the wings coming off of it, and then I had like a set of nuts for like the knocker, like the bell ringer, and, like a little set of nuts hanging. I was like little bat nuts hanging out, and Llama was like, "You might want to consider thinking about if you were to try and put this on shirts and stuff in the future." I'm like, "Oh, I know. I was just playing, but it's kind of funny." And he's like, "Yeah, it's funny."
It's
I mean,
very, especially your little drawing with the bat and everything.
But there you go. So it's no longer it's no longer Dan Borio 3D. Now it is Dingbat 3D.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's it's cute and catchy without being obnoxious.
Yeah, because I get to be the idiot of 3D printing and own it instead of being Tom Llama and hide behind it.
Hey, you're not the poop cocky. Come on now.
Yeah.
Now, if there's
exactly. Dude, he's war cocky. I mean, he's using his. I mean, come on.
He's everything cocky.
Be a cocky. You can.
I have my own action figures.
Again, he is everything cocky. It works. He's just
He has his own
the phrase. Yeah, he is everything cocky.
angry.
If there's ever a meetup again, Dan, you have to get that made in brass so that as everybody comes and says hi to you, they can ring your bell.
They can ring the bell, yeah.
Shipping it off to that. What is
Hey,
that? Ways or
hey,
whatever.
again,
Stuff printed in what the hell's that?
again, we are all some form of a maker, as it were. So we can find someone in the community maybe that once Llama gets a final render together, says this is how it's going to be. We can hopefully get it to someone, and maybe someone in the community can.
I like that, dude. That is awesome.
HG Silicon. We'll do it.
Yeah, but now I'm a Packers fan. That's weird.
Yeah,
From Illinois.
yeah. Illinois Packers fans tend to get more
That's why
shit
I
than
did
Wisconsin Packer fans. Yeah,
And
because
this
this
is-
is what the fucking cup get.
Somebody wants your action figure, Chris.
Yeah.
Nice. Look, it's Warkaki riding a vagina raptor.
The Vagisaurus.
Again, the thought bubble pops up over Chris Riley's head. I'm never joining one of these streams again.
It's the loading circle.
Mr. Riley, this is what happens when you join the streams this late in the evening.
This is myself to the amount of streams that I join, I guess.
Yeah. This
So, Renee,
this
do you
is
want
the whole, like,
the wedding outfit
trails.
one? This is my normal wedding wear. You know, a vest and a dress shirt that's rolled up and some nice pants and my dress shoes. Or do you want the normal Chris in his jeans and
She wants the more
shoes
Cockyasaurus.
and my Atari game shirt?
She wants more Cockyasaurus. Print a more Cockyasaurus, Bob.
If
Actually,
you
I
want
don't-
one of these, you have to hit up Killer Bootlegs because I don't have any more of these. I have the two OGs.
Is he still making them?
I mean, he could on commission. He's got all the molds.
Cockyasaurus.
I just don't know because like he hates doing commission work. He just hates it because
That might have to be a request.
people bug him for all kinds of request work constantly, and it's just like, if I sell you one of that, I could have made. I mean, he's already made it, so not like it'll take him time. But like if he has to actually make it, it's like for the one that you want or the two that you want, I could have sold 500 to something else.
Yeah.
So request work doesn't work for him unless because like, there we go. That's an action figure of Tanner without his arm.
So yeah, I broke his arm.
He keeps modeling
So
stuff.
I'm getting ready to restart like this project here from scratch because I've learned so much in making this one that I think I can do it better. When I get this done, then we can, work on making all of our favorite people in the 3D printing community into action figures.
Yeah.
Got to get the blank done first, though.
You got to figure out how to make a giant ass for a head because that's me.
Asshead Dan. Is that your new channel?
Sure.
It's just
That's where all
Dan.
that's just where all the that's
That
I'm gonna
thought
move
bubble
all
keeps
streaming.
popping up over
I'm gonna
Chris's
move all
head.
my streaming over there. So all the streaming will be over on Asshead Dan, and then I'll save Dingbat 3D for all of my videos that I make because I make so many.
What's funny, Chris, I was like, man, only Chris has had a beer and Bob's had a drink, and
Here,
everyone's ridiculous.
And Llama's have
process. I'm being serious now, Dan. I think you should use your Dan Borio as your, like I do. My 3D printing Llama is now just videos that I produce, and Tom Llama Live is this crap. You should use Dingbat 3D as your live crap.
You should have
and
called it
use
Llama Llama Live.
Borio as production videos.
yeah, and that's kind of where it will go one day.
Look, it's an LDO screen.
Or the other way around.
I have an LDO screen as well. Mine's black and white.
Shut up stuff that you got from Chris Riley.
I didn't get that from Chris Riley.
No, shut up stuff you got from the other person that gave you a black and white screen.
Yeah, Mr. WFO Rider. Why are you wearing my helmet?
It's too heavy for my head. I was sitting down on the couch and it was pulling my head backwards.
Yeah, you're weird. I love you.
Why is it I know Dan has a special needs helmet?
It's my special needs helmet for when I ride the bike.
It's when he's walking down the street. That way, phone poles and wires don't hit him in the head.
We know he works at his school. That's so that when the bus picks him up, he doesn't lick the windows.
He's also got to look out for that big chicken.
Or bang his head on the seat in front of him.
I still remember getting kicked off the bus for a week for snorting pixie sticks and sneezing them on the windows of the bus.
I think I made somebody
Why
spit
would
coffee.
you now? Okay, another piece of the stupidity puzzle of Chris Warkaki has just been plugged
Yeah, I have a
in.
high pain threshold, so I was just like, "Ah!" And then people are like, "Oh, that's funny," and it's just like the bus driver's like, "That shit ain't funny."
You know what's funny is your ass is walking to school for the next week, sir. Enjoy.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
you
funny.
should have seen the look on my mom's face. I was like, I need a ride to school every day for high school this week.
Yeah, what'd you do, Christopher? Oh, nothing, Mom. Really?
Oh,
So why did the
Yeah,
school
except,
call
except
me
for
and
the
tell
note
me-
says what it did. It's not, my school wasn't those schools where it's like, take this note to mom. No, it was literally like, here's a phone call, and here's a letter, and
I
here's the
remember the
note.
good old
In case
days
one of the
having-
things that doesn't get to you, something will eventually.
I remember the good old days when they pinned the note to your shirt in kindergarten and sent you home with it, and magically the notes always got home when you were younger because the fear of getting your ass beat by your parents for not returning or bringing the note in that the teacher called home to tell them was on its way, or at least that's what the teacher told you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like Red Stag. That's one of those I can drink once in a while.
Hey,
I
hey,
used to drink
Llama. Llama, have you met a booze you don't like?
Yeah.
quite a few of them. Red Stag
Malibu.
actually pretty
You
tasty.
can't say,
You
can't
know what
say-
I like about it? Unlike a lot of those other ones that are like flavored brandy and burgundy, brandy, whatever, they're all sweet. That is
Oh,
not
shit,
like
Chris Riley stood up.
sweet.
He assumed the position.
He's leaving, driven
I'm
him
ready
away.
for
Wait, you stand up
He's
to
leaving
leave?
and he's never
Hey,
coming
wait,
back.
hold on a minute. Before he
That's your
leaves- yeah,
working
he's gotta-
pose.
He's got to get up and move over to turn on to get himself off because you got to remember, like the computer's over there.
Oh, and that.
Yeah. On that
Oh.
note, I am also leaving because I'm going to bed because I have to be up and at work at 5 a.m.
Later,
So
Chris. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Good night, Chris.
Yeah,
Good night,
Later,
Dan.
Dan.
Later, Chris.
Good night,
Have a
Chris
good
and Dan.
some people know who I am too.
I
Nice.
miss you,
Later,
Chris Riley.
Dan.
We don't care about you,
Bye,
Dan.
Mr. Riley. Have a wonderful evening, sir. And come hang
Yeah,
out.
Dan will be on the next stream. Chris will never be on another one again.
I've got to make him a
I'll
new
do
T-shirt.
that.
Hey, Mr. Riley, if you're up early enough, come hang out on a stream with like Llama and I, or like myself, because tomorrow I'll be at work, so I might just get bored and put the camera up while I'm working on Chromebooks. So you never know.
You never know if I have a
And I'm by
minute.
myself, and these guys will all be sleeping, so there's a good chance that you'll be able to relax
All right.
a little bit.
Jerry's drinking a fruit cocktail right now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
You
Dad.
guys have a wonderful evening. Hey, by the way, on a side note, I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but then I heard you guys talking shit, and I'm like, oh, this can't happen. I was like, I gotta get in on this a little bit. So
We know what buttons to push.
yeah, exactly.
His nipple
Just-
buttons.
Yeah. Oh, Dan's watching the stream.
Bed
Tough
last
shit.
night.
He'll come hang out. Yeah, Mr. Tanner, those are some fancy looking feet there. Those are some. That's a-
You know that we're all
Clear
feet
resin.
guys.
those are clear resin.
Yeah, it's resin.
Yep.
The
Bob and I
detail
are
on it's
sitting here
crazy,
going
but
like,
the joints
"Mm."
do not work.
I just want to lick those toes.
Nom, 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 nom.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Have a good evening. I will see you all probably tomorrow.
I don't
at
think I've
some
ever seen
point.
Bob's nipples so hard before.
Try it then.
You know, this view, I don't like this view for 2 or 3 people, but when you get like 6, 8, 10, 12, 10, whatever, it's a better view, I think. Yes. I don't like this well in when you get this many people. I think this is better.
You do whatever you want. It's your show, bro.
No, I'm just I'm stating, I'm asking as much as stating.
Oh, I don't have input. I like to show the real state that people
I
have
was
on
gonna
the
say
stream.
you drink a whole beer, so you're half shit faced already.
I am. Oh, I'm gone. You should have seen all the isopropyl I had right before it. Tweaking.
You are one weird motherfucker. You know that?
Yeah, I went fishing today and caught fish, so you know it's a good day.
Of course, you caught fish. You went fishing.
Yeah, I didn't go catching. I went fishing.
You need to send me a box of llama loops because I know you got multiple boxes left.
There's 2 unopened boxes left. I've been eating them slowly as they contain much more sugar than my normal cereals.
Yeah, they are pretty high.
They were on the clearance aisle at Walgreens last time.
Like you look at the ingredient. One ingredient is sugar, and the number 2 ingredient is corn syrup, and the number 3 ingredient is more sugar.
That sounds legitimate.
Actually, I think it's brown sugar. I literally think it's that order, isn't it? Sugar, flour, corn syrup, in that order on those.
See, my buddy taught me how to catfish, so I've been learning how to catch the catfishes.
That's easy. 1 tire, 1 rope.
1 tire, 1 rope. Is this like 1 girl, 1 cup? But
that's how you catch the catfish.
And then we got the bass fishing.
Yeah, we get big bass. We do.
Why does that not even look like you? It's kind of weird.
Without I'm smiling.
Well, you're not wearing your little hat and your headphones.
Yeah, I'm wearing my hat because it was, the sun is directly at me. And then yesterday,
it's not working.
Yeah,
it's just not as fluffy.
I went to catch bait and caught an 8-pound carp with my cast net.
I can grow one of those, but I find it irritating. I'm about ready to shave now.
Oh, I shaved this last month, trimmed it all back, and that's it already.
I can't. I used to have work in there.
There's Kona doing the Sistine Chapel pose.
Dog. Where is your dog? How come we never see your dog on stream?
Well, she is down here. She just lays on the floor because she likes the cold floor.
Well, bring your dog down. Show off your dog.
She's laying right on the floor there. I'm not going to disturb her.
I can get my pussy on
camera and pointed at it.
Sleeping dogs lie.
That whole multi-camera setup pointed at it.
I saw that and had to save it.
Yeah.
This stream is brought to you by woman, man.
Hey, Michael, do you ever go home and go to bed and eat dinner and not work?
Eating dinners for people who eat food.
This is my dinner. 4:10 in the morning. A cheese sandwich.
He's just there cutting the vinyl away. That thing looks pretty cool. I want one of them frickin' Isuzu meter maid trucks. I think
there's Kona wearing a flower crown that someone made her in the park. Some little girl was like, "Can I make a crown for your dog?" And I was like, "Sure." See, Llama, that's why you need a dog. It'll help you pick up the ladies.
No dogs. I had dogs. Rather have a cat. Not that I dislike dogs. Dogs are great. Loved my dogs. Dogs were great. They're just too much work.
The age-old question.
I'm too old and selfish for that shit. What was that?
I'm going with option A.
See, I go with man's best friend. I like dogs better than cats.
Testicle toes sound like they'd hurt. Can you imagine stubbing your testicles on a chair? Wow. I'm going for the big time finger.
Well, you need to design that water faucet.
I can't see it. Hang on.
Okay. Oh.
Put that back. Put it back. I'll if I can figure out how to do it again because I'm
old.
And that button.
He's gonna embiggen you.
During summer. Oh, I see. It's swollen balls. Okay.
Swollen? They're just laying low.
That's I'm old. They do that anyways. They hang down to my ankles if I didn't wear underwear. Y'all be making funny faces. Wait till you get old and you'll understand. They
All
really
the things
do.
no one wanted to know.
They really do droop low when you get old. Or hockey.
Bad grandpa.
That's the other thing.
So what you're saying is I should have printed that black and larger.
Yes.
Didn't you do the cock, Andrew? You
Yeah,
did the cocky cock, right?
Yep, I did the cocky cock. I haven't printed it yet because I've been taking apart my printer to fix it because the extrudable went on it.
It looks like that.
It looks like
it's
that.
So cute.
Of course, Pop Renee.
All right, Renee. Just for you, Mom, I'm gonna read that one out loud. I think I remember it, but I'm gonna go back to it and read it out loud. Oh yeah, it said I didn't know what to buy my wife for a present, so I looked at her search history, and so I got her one, and it was a big black cock. It was like an actual rooster that was black.
And we wait for the chat delay. And there's the giggle.
This is Taco Bell butt.
You have to enlarge that one.
Uh,
Taco Bell butt. Yeah, it is so true.
See you, Joe.
That and you know what really gives me the burning rubbery poops is the Cheetos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I love those things. Those
Flamin'
are
Hot Funyuns, bro.
It's the same hot crap. Those
It
things
is.
give me the runs. I love Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I love them. They are so hot. They're not even. It's not that they're hot. I like hot stuff that tastes good hot, if you know what I mean. I don't like stuff so hot it tortures your tongue. And
Yeah,
hot
ginger.
stuff,
Yeah.
I like the flavor of hot stuff as a flavor, not necessarily because it's
So
hot.
you're a Valentina red guy.
Yeah, whatever. But the Flamin' Hot Cheetos are delicious. But boy, do they hurt the next day.
Yeah.
You just need to keep eating them until you bring a tolerance up to that nonsense, bro.
Yeah, that's the other thing about those. You eat them and you're like, oh, they're not that hot. And you keep,
And they get hotter and hotter.
in your face. And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, water.
Oh, I didn't even bring a water
They're
down
not
here. I
really
just
that
brought the
hot,
beer.
but they taste good. I like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. They are really yummy.
You should try the extra hot
See, I don't
Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I don't need the extra. I like the
Oh, you
flavor
do.
of the spice, not the actual heat. I can give it like,
Oh, I would pay money to see Llama eat some sugar-free gummy bears on stream.
But only after he has the Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Or yeah,
I don't want sugar-free.
or like 3 quesadillas from Taco Bell.
Oh, because they give you the craps. Yeah.
They give you the runs, yeah.
No, thanks.
Yeah. Sometimes the painful runs. Just depends on what kind of person you are.
I have enough stomach problems as it is. For one, this freaking thing's huge. Needs to go away.
It's just a spare tire, bro. You just got to start running around the house and make a little lap.
You know what? I don't need a spare tire on my belly. It needs to be on the car, not on me.
Like I said, start running laps around the house.
That takes knees that work.
Boy, that's not as good as they said it was.
What?
What was that? Oh, that?
Oregon bourbon.
Well, what I've learned with stuff like that is the more you drink, the better it tastes.
That was Iron Brew. Absolutely brilliant.
I like that. I really like Jim Beam Red Stag because it's not sicky sweet like most of those flavored bourbons are.
Flavored bourbons?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's a black cherry bourbon, and it's actually really good.
Why?
Yeah, it's just something that you can just constantly drink without having to worry about it. Like I can take it straight
Like
quite
water?
Yeah.
easily. Yeah. Around here, it is pretty much water. You don't drink anything else.
We lost Ricky.
Yep.
Oh,
I think
No,
my
I-
favorite thing to learn about history is that every single culture lived on alcohol at all times.
Yes.
Drinking
Well,
water
all the
was
good
so
ones.
hard to get. So they just turned everything into beer or wine.
Yeah, they malted it all.
Yeah, everything was alcoholic. So like even kids were being fed beer at birth. I mean, they didn't live until they were like more than 30, but
And everyone was so much happier.
But Chris, you gotta realize it was just a lower alcohol content.
Some of them were.
Yeah.
They were either happier or they were dead.
The Egyptians drank a soup that was made basically a beer. that was their staple meal, was this barley hops beer soup.
Yeah,
and it was very low, but I mean, it's like 2%. It's not like 9.01%, because they're like, yeah, you know, that's what they had. 2 bowls of that for dinner. Like,
where did beer actually come from?
Huh?
Beer came from Egypt, didn't it?
Yeah, it was that they're the first ever culture to lock down fermentation in alcohol.
Yeah. I know wine came from.
They stored it in clay pots and fermented it.
Yeah, what was the other stuff that everyone drank? It wasn't mead, it was the other stuff.
It was mead.
Was it mead? I just remember reading the book Beowulf, and they all had that beverage they all drank.
Yeah. That was mead.
Mead.
Yeah. We just made
it's one of the most easiest drinks to actually ferment. Also, you could take it on a ship without it going bad.
Yeah.
Because most alcohols continue to ferment, where mead actually slows down when it gets to the point where it's eating all the sugars. It's still
weird
fermented,
history.
not as much.
If you guys haven't checked out Weird History on YouTube, I was watching the pirate one. They're just like, yeah, you know, all they drank was rum all the time, because you can't drink seawater and water would spoil. So it was only rum. That's all they had on the boats, rum.
Oh, no.
Neat.
I wonder if so many of them drowned.
What's funny is I loved
in replacement of water.
The hygiene of the Renaissance was one of my favorite videos. So you realize how dirty people were before they realized that they should bathe all the time, or could bathe, because you know they didn't have running water. So
it was like rats, cockroaches, and fleas actually bred in the royalties, as in the people who are higher up, in their hair, because they always wore the same wig and they never washed. They would powder themselves, and that's what actually caused a lot of stuff like fleas, rats, mice, everything would live in their hair.
Okay, subject matter.
It was better than that, because the cake powdered makeups a lot of times were lead based.
What are you doing there, Mike? How's that truck going?
I think my other favorite part was they didn't have running water, so a lot of them would just have a pot in the basement, but then they would overfill and they just pour it, you know, outside, which would then just run back into the house, because there wasn't really any sewers until much later. So most people's houses smelled completely of feces at all times back then.
Also, that the bread that the rich ate was really bad for them, because they added pork into it to make it white, where all the peasants would get the brown loaves.
Yeah.
They actually last longer because it was full of protein.
Yeah, what's funny is I remember watching there was another YouTube channel that does like the history of food, and they're talking about like what peasants ate. Like they actually would cook the meals. Like they would bring out a guy who could cook the exact kind of recipes. I mean, as close as possible based on like books that they've read.
Really nice.
And they're like, you know, they would eat like salmon and fresh fish, the peasants, like when they could, like because they always had streams near them typically, or water, and all these vegetables. And they showed like how they would take pork and like hang it above the stove and let it dry and cure over the stove. And they'd show the rich people eating. It'd be like cakes and donuts and white bread, which they'd have absolutely no nutrients. And I'm like, that's the weirdest thing. Like they ate like the keto, fancy, expensive. Bye, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
See you, Mike.
And then all the rich people ate all the stuff that nobody wants, like the Cheetos and everyone knows Cheetos and fucking donuts and stuff that you're not supposed to eat.
Donuts are so good.
They are. We have one of the local grocers here makes like classic yeast style donuts, and they're so good.
Well, see, when I used to go to LARP events, they used to have someone there who used to make all the original meals. One of the most amazing one. Now, I have a phobia of choking on fish bones, so I generally don't eat fish. But this guy, he stone baked this big, massive bread. I mean, like wholemeal bread.
Yep.
Put it in this stone, like just piles of stones over it, loads of clay. Baked it, and then they literally had fresh fish. Came in, cut that all out, peeled all the stuff out, and he made this really nice sauce. And literally just put his hands in the top of the loaf when it was done, ripped it up, let it cool a couple of seconds, chucked this fish stuff in, this sauce, put it in, and then brought it up to the table. And we all had the wooden plates, the wooden knives and forks, the old stone chalices, and literally wine. That's all you could have. There was nothing else but wine and mead. And basically that was it. You had a whole
that's what they drank.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, it's the first time that I've eaten something where, I've kind of been like, yeah, I don't really want to eat this because it's fish and I might choke on a bone. But he's like, nope, just fire it. And it was amazing. It tasted amazing.
Yeah.
So
the grocers, you were saying about the donuts. My local grocer makes glazed croissant.
Ooh.
So
good croissants are good. Bad croissants, like that you get for the Burger King for the croissant witches, are fucking shit.
They make the croissant and then they glaze them.
Yeah.
Oh, so
dessert
bad.
croissants are super popular if you go to Europe land. If you go to America land, we've got one type of croissant at most places, and that is the plain
Greasy
dry.
breakfast.
Yeah, the plain dry, greasy.
These aren't plain dry. These are chewy,
fake croissants.
Real croissants. They make them there.
Yeah.
Our bakery, it's a big Y. It's a regular grocery store. But
your croissant should be more air to croissant than croissant.
Yep.
Oh, they're good.
But yeah, the chocolate swirl ones where they mix in like the dark chocolate in with everything, and it's all swirled. There's some amazing things that I wish happened in America, because coming from a European family, like I still get cooked traditional, Polish foods and foods that they had. So it's just like, wow, this is neat. And then, I have friends that are, Hispanic, and they'll give me traditional Mexican food, or Asians will give me traditional Asian food, and it's just like, why isn't this shit in restaurants? And you're just
so, Chris, have you ever had halva?
No.
It's like a peanut brittle. It's like a mix. It's white. That's a Polish sweet. You need to try it if you haven't had it. And if you like,
I had the sesame stuff.
Texture, oh yeah, that stuff's. I love that stuff.
The honey sesame sticks.
Yeah.
But
halva, it's a peanut brittle.
There's another dessert that one of our Polish friends makes. It's like meringue cookies. Yeah. So they make like a sugar meringue, and they bake it, and you put it in your mouth, and it just completely dissolves, and it's like almost amazing. Yeah. I'm like, this needs to be a thing. And I like the smoked goat cheeses, amazing.
Adam don't like them.
You don't like smoked goat cheeses?
No, don't like goat cheeses at all.
Man, they're so good.
You'd like it if it was in.
Devin, a link in the chat.
I worked at a real high-end classic French restaurant for years and years and years.
They let you in?
That stuff.
I gotta admit, like,
I really like Irish. We used to import Irish butter, like real Irish, real French.
That's
butter.
what we have here at the house. Is we only get Irish butter.
Oh my God, it's so different. Such a different flavor. It's not anywhere near the same.
Well, that's what happens when you naturally feed a milk cow versus feeding it with whatever nonsense and not actually letting it graze. Because like one of the Irish butters that I get, they're like 320 days out of the year they naturally graze for their, they have like up to like no less than 300 something days of natural grass grazing. So.
The other thing we used to serve that was really, really good, and I love venison, but we used to get farm-grown venison from New Zealand that we used to serve there. Totally.
Why would they get it from New Zealand? Like,
because that's the only place they farm-grown venison, I guess.
We have farm-grown venison in Belvedere and reindeer. Yeah,
it was a French restaurant. Everything came from out of country. It was really, dude.
That sounds like the opposite of French cuisine. Like,
did you just say farm-grown venison?
Yeah.
Why would you waste your time?
Because it's wild around here.
The shit's wild everywhere.
Yeah, but which one of the chefs is going to go out and shoot it himself every morning? It's much more efficient to just have it. And what's funny, it's not fresh once it's frozen and shipped. Like, there's that misconception here.
No, it's fresh, 24-hour shipped. Everything we got was fresh, 24-hour shipped.
But it's got to be packed.
Yeah, but it's not.
They pack it in dry ice, right?
No, it was not frozen in any way, shape, or form. It was fresh 24
But it's packed in dry ice. That's
dude. We used to get Jimmy Carter there. Oh God, all the famous actors used to come here.
Like Jimmy Carter.
Farmer's an expert.
No, the president Jimmy Carter.
The peanut farmer.
Yeah.
Yep, the peanut farmer. I mean, this was.
Remember, he gave up his peanut farm when he went to become president because he didn't want to have a conflict of interests.
Their whole thing at the Copper Peak was very locked down in the sense of no one was allowed in there if you were like media or anything. So people that were famous could go there and just have a normal meal. Granted, they paid $150 for this little plate of nothingness, but
Did it have micro carrots? Because that's my shit.
15 years.
I love going to foofy restaurants and looking at it and be like, why the fuck are there micro carrots on my food? Or why are there microgreens on my... Does it actually go with... No, you're not supposed to eat it. Like, why the fuck is it on my plate?
The grossest thing I ever saw that we did was we made these gravlax, which is like...
Yeah.
Not cooked salmon, but they would cook it. It's this French thing. I don't know what it is.
They use acid?
You cook it in mustard seed.
Yeah.
The mustard seed, when you put it on the salmon, reacts up.
The acids cook it. It's like ceviche.
Salmon, but it's nasty. I mean, I don't like mustard anyways. I'm allergic to mustard, so that makes it worse. I never really liked mustard. And just slicing that to feed it made me gag. It was the nastiest crap I've ever seen.
So if you were to be at an Asian restaurant and they served you natto, you'd be like, oh, this is great because it's not gravlax.
No. I don't. I like fish. I do not like raw fish.
It's not fish. Natto is fermented soybeans.
Yeah.
Like it's hairy. Like when we prepare it, it's hairy and you typically add a sweet mustard to it to kill some of the funk.
One thing I would eat there, and I won't eat normally, is escargot. We used to make an escargot like a French.
So garlic and butter escargot.
It looked like an egg roll. It was like vegetables and escargot all ground up into like a little egg roll. It was really very good.
Crepe? I'm trying to think of a French egg roll.
It was like an egg roll. It's kind of a ricey. It's made with flour, but it's more like it's very much like an egg roll. If you saw it, if you just picked it up, you go, "Oh, this is an egg roll." Until you bit into it, and you went, "Ain't no egg roll."
There's a bunch of garlic in there and some.
No, it's actually a lot like an egg roll. There was cabbage and vegetables in it, but it had escargot in it. Different flavor than an egg roll, but if you picked it up, you'd think it was just a big egg roll. I don't know.
We have to define what kind of egg roll, because if we're going Chinese egg roll, it's got cabbage in it. If you go with the Vietnamese or Thai egg roll, it's going to have like vermicelli in it. Vietnamese egg roll would have mushrooms in it. The Thai egg roll would have vermicelli in it. So everyone's egg rolls are different.
Well,
and they're not called egg rolls.
You ever had fugu?
French, Italian.
You ever had fugu?
I have not had fugu, the puffer fish. Yeah, no.
It is really nice. It is really nice.
We have nobody here in this area that does fugu, and I thank the Lord Jesus that no one's trying to do it.
Yeah, it's tough to get somebody qualified for that.
Yeah. It takes a lot of years of
£50 for 2 slices.
Yeah.
But it was good.
I can get actual Kobe beef here in a couple restaurants, which is nice, and they serve it correctly. Typically raw or just seared slightly. So thank the Lord Jesus I can get that, because that stuff is amazing. If you've never had actual, like, not Wagyu from Texas, pretend Kobe. I'm like, Japanese Kobe, ask for their certificate. They go, this is the certificate this is the cow's name. That's just expensive. But,
Japanese cow named George.
Yeah. There's only 2 places you can get true Wagyu from, Japan and Australia. Those Australians are fucking lucky because they have the same kind of climate that they can have very similar goodness.
That black bear is disgusting.
Mr. Moo, that's his name. I named this one the Mr. Moo.
It's good. It's good in a stew.
Bear stew.
Yeah, black bear stew is good. But the meats too, there's no fat on it. The fat's all on the outside. There's no fat in the meat. That makes sense. Bears, all their fat is on the outer shell. So the minute you skin it and get the fat off, there's literally no fat in the meat, and it's like wicked tough.
Did you get them before going to bed for the winter, or after going to bed for the winter? Because if you get them after winter, there's no fat on them at all. It's hilarious seeing fresh.
There's no, like, they make a big deal about the beef now. What the hell? I can't get the name of it. It's got the marbled fat in it. Remember when it used to be?
Kobe beef.
Yeah.
And literally just went over
marbled fat, because fat is flavor. Black bear meat has no flavor. It's really dark, and it's just chewy.
That's why Wagyu
good for stew.
Kobe is so expensive, and it's graded. Like if you want to get a grade 4 Kobe beef, it's like $500 for a little freaking chunk like that.
All the fat out of it over the years.
Well, they don't move much, and they get massaged with beer, and they're fed with the best ingredient. It's crazy.
We've got a couple of ranches out here that specialize in buffalo. You can go up to them, and they've got butchers, and
we got a couple restaurants here that do buffalo burgers. And they get you can ask them where did you get it, and it's always from a local farm, not like local, but as local of a farm as they can get, and it's because the frozen shit you buy at the grocery store, not as good.
Yeah, can you even buy buffalo in the grocery store?
Yeah. There's a bunch of brands that make you can go and you can buy ostrich at the local. We have a Woodman's out here. They got ostrich meat. They've got buffalo.
It's in the pet food aisle. It's called Blue Buffalo.
Is that like blue waffles?
He's eating his dog food.
I've had elk in Colorado.
Elk's delicious. We have an elk farm down the street, and ostriches. And my buddy has an emu farm, but they don't do it for meat.
Serve ostrich. I never tried it. It just never got.
It tastes
we have
delicious.
A mountain right over there, so you just go there and get it.
By the way, ostrich eggs are fucking phenomenal.
My kind of meat eat selection has been crazy. I've had snake, crocodile, kangaroo, zebra.
I just had crocodile the other day from the Cajun Connection.
Horse, eel.
Bed horse. We used to eat horse around here.
I've had ostrich. I've had quail eggs. I've had snail.
We've had quail eggs, yeah. A lot of Japanese cuisine has quail eggs.
Now it's back again.
I'm trying to remember what else I've had. I had a long list. There's a restaurant. Well, it's a couple of hours away, and literally their board was every legal meat that they could get was on it, and I mean everything you could think of was on it, and it was all fresh. And they had this big, massive farm that just had loads of different animals, and it's like, okay, I'll just try this. And literally, it was just a board of different meats, and I went, oh, can you just put it all onto one? It's like, oh yeah, it's just called the meat feast, and I'm like, all right, okay. And each one had a little card with it, that said exactly what it was. And it was it was amazing. Different flavors for everything.
Yeah, we have a couple of farm-to-table restaurants where they'll put up the weekly board, and the weekly board there's always some kind of far off fish that you've never heard of, or far off meat type that you're not going to get your Denny's. So it's pretty fun. I love restaurants that go out of their way to make you try something different. Until they do it wrong. I went to a restaurant in town and they were doing pierogies, and I was like, oh man, that's me. That's my heritage. Let's try their pierogies. And I was like, this is not a fucking pierogi. This is a pot sticker. Let's not.
Pot stickers. Pot stickers are good.
Pot stickers. I make dumplings from scratch. They're delicious. Don't get me wrong, but when you market something as a pierogi, and you put it in your mouth, and it's got Asian seasoning and a thin wrapper, not like a potato style wrapper that you would normally get on a thick, hearty Polish woman made in a kitchen. I'm gonna I went to the manager because I know the guy, and I was like, Paul, this is not a pierogi. He goes, well, that's our take. I was like, what part of this is still Polish that you left? This is a pot sticker, and he ate it, and he's like, yeah, I do see that more now. I was like,
we used to make pot stickers, believe it or not, and they're mass produced and whatever. But TGI Fridays. What the hell's the name of it?
Chili's.
No, it wasn't Chili's.
Cracker Barrel.
No, one of them changed. I can't remember the name of it. They used to have
Texas
a pot
Roadhouse
advertiser, and it wasn't even the pot stickers were that good. The sauce they served with it was just amazing.
That's why everyone needs to have a bottle of Ponzu in their house. The citrus.
No, I gotta look because they're still there. I know they're still there.
Chris Travis is down there why is Chris talking about Ponzu?
He made the best pot stickers.
I got to make it down to Arlington Heights. There's a Japanese grocery store there that I love that place.
Dude, in Rockford we have a Chinese market. It's insane. I can go get Lao sausage and ponzu and weird I mean, it's definitely nowhere near like a Chicago one. Like I've been to Chinatown, Chicago, and my friend from China actually took me through all the stores, and like it is a completely different world because even the cashiers don't speak English.
Ruby Tuesday. That's who it is. Ruby Tuesdays used to make a killer pod sticker.
We have a giant Asian market up in Portland.
I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a huge Asian and community up in Chicago, so they've actually got it like a Chinatown. It's small, but dude, they got the bakers. I mean, it's amazing. Like it's amazing going to other cultures and trying their fairs, and it's weird finding the similarities. Like, you know, my lady's half Hispanic, half Japanese, and you know, going with her and trying actual Hispanic food, or like a lot of my friends are Hispanic, so like they'll take me to these like scary places. But the food's amazing. It's like, wow, this thing tastes just like this thing that I have in my country, and
half
weird.
Asian and half Hispanic. That's a cool combination.
She likes spicy food. That's all that matters. So.
Yeah, I thought she was Hawaiian.
Yeah, I mean, Japanese are very Hawaiian looking.
Not far off. That would be about the right mix to get a Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just
unless you're talking like Samoan
stuff.
No.
Polynesian.
Yeah, Polynesian. The different cultures are amazing. Like, I love learning about different cultures, and even though I don't get them always correct, it's amazing just seeing. Like, I have a lot of friends that are Thai, and a lot of friends that are Lao, and a lot of friends that are Vietnamese, and seeing just how vast, even though they live literally in the same place, it's like everything is so different. Like, you try their pho, all of their phos are different. You try their spring rolls, all of their spring rolls. It's like nothing is the same. Like, it's the same basic concept, but it's a completely different food.
Yeah, well, that could literally be not just.
It's like eating an American shepherd's pie and eating a real shepherd's pie and going, "Wow, nobody in America makes a fucking shepherd's pie."
Oh,
that's
there's even a difference between like my parents and in-laws.
Yeah.
Like we make what we call a pot pie, where you put all the beef and vegetables in the pie and then cover it with your
pie crust.
Like, pie crust like you do for a regular pie.
Yeah.
Well, like my in-laws, they're more Pennsylvania Dutch. Well, their pie is they like roll out little thin noodles and throw those in with the meat and broth, and
some people use thin layer flaky crusts, and some people use regular pie crust. Just like goulash. You look at goulash going across just the United States, which is a classic U.S. food. It's completely different from the Midwest and New England.
Oh man,
goulash.
It's like your guys' clam chowder fight. New England versus whatever the other place is.
New England, Manhattan, and
we all know that the white creamy one's the best one. That's all I know.
It actually isn't. If you get good Rhode Island clam chowder, you change your mind on that. Rhode Island clam chowder is the clear one. It's not red; it's clear, and it's really, really good. If it's
then it's no longer a chowder.
No, it is a chowder.
I mean, by definition, it needs some sort of milk product in it, but it's fine.
No, Manhattan doesn't have any milk in it.
I know. That's why I don't consider it a chowder. I also don't consider it very good because it's gross.
Yeah, chowder is dairy. It's single cream or milk.
Yeah, that's literally the definition. Like, if you order corn chowder and it comes out clear, you got corn soup.
Chowder is a soup. Chowder doesn't have to have cream in it.
If you went to cooking school and they go, make me a chowder, and it came out with a chicken stock, they would literally flunk you because there's certain rules. You know, it's like pearl and glitter. They're two completely. When you say pearl, it better look pearl.
Yeah, I ran into that issue with over easy eggs.
Oh God.
Yeah.
How restaurants fuck up eggs is just beyond my. Mind you, a real breakfast place is probably the hardest place. I hear you, Dev.
Yep. You know you, Devin.
Is the hardest job to ever have in your life. Like a short order cook on a breakfast line. Because breakfast has to be done in 10 minutes or less because things go cold. Like eggs get cold so quickly.
Yep.
Those guys are insane. Like I used to work on a line, like cooking, and
And you usually have to cook the eggs last.
Yeah. That's where you put your toast in, and your eggs should be done before the toast.
The toast,
See,
right?
Here's where everyone gets it wrong. Chowder is not necessarily cream. Cream is often used. Chowder is a thickened stew or soup.
All right,
Chowder is often cream is used to thicken it often, but chowder is a thickened soup.
I do not want your cornstarch thickened soups. Unless it's hot and sour, then I don't mind. Like,
but a chowder is like a stew. It's usually just a thickened soup. Rhode Island clam chowder is awesome. If you ever had Rhode Island clam chowder, I guarantee you, York Hockey, you would like it. Knowing your taste in food,
I've had really good of all of them, but I still prefer. Well, actually, I prefer my clam chowder because I'm a fucking weirdo. And when I make any milk-based soup, that's like got to have a savory flavor to it. It's a pound of bacon gets cooked to get the bacon fat to then cook the Holy Trinity to then make so that bacon, that sharp bacon smoky flavor mixes with the clams, and it's just an amazing combination because clams are delicious when they're lightly smoked.
There's so much easier ways to do it.
New England, Manhattan.
There are.
Manhattan.
You drive an hour that way to the coast.
Dude, you know how far I'd have to drive to find actual clam chowder that's better than the clam chowder that I used to make?
An hour that way.
Well, I mean, when I'm not in your basement.
I live on the shoreline. Clam chowder is a staple of life here.
Yeah.
Hot take, I don't like clam chowder.
Neither do I.
You are, that's it.
What?
Goodbye.
Actually, I don't like milk-based soup.
You're out of here.
Wow!
You not like chowder.
I don't like milky soups.
Well, it shouldn't taste like milk, but
no, but if
Again,
there's milk in the soup, it'll make me sick.
oh, you're allergic to milk too?
No milk
Yeah.
in Rhode Island.
Llama got triggered.
Oh, I live in Seafood Central, man. It's like
I wish
everything.
I lived in Seafood
Clam,
Central.
shrimp, lobster. That's like staples of life here.
The
I
only
don't eat
fresh
lobster.
fish we have is
I
walleye and
literally
catfish.
don't like lobster because I've eaten so much lobster in my life. I don't want to eat it anymore. I'm not kidding you.
I love eating lobster. I hate cooking it.
Freaking hate lobster. It's not because
I hate lobster.
I just don't want to eat lobster anymore.
There was the one English pub that's in town had one of the lobster claw games where they would, you put the $1 in. If you get a lobster, they'll cook it for you.
Yeah, we've got that at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Lobster.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my God, Red Lobster is so wrong in so many ways.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Got their Cheddar Bay biscuits are pretty darn good.
Yeah, okay. The Cheddar Bay biscuits are phenomenal.
Okay, but you can buy that in like a box mix at the grocery store.
I gotta say,
we make our own from scratch, and they're
seafood
better.
You made me
That was like lobster claws and snow crab legs.
Snow clabs.
Shrimp,
Love me some snow clabs.
Snow crab. You got crab.
Snow crabs? That sounds like a STD.
That used to be a good plate. It was like crab, lobster, and shrimp, and it was a good plate. But it's just
Snow
not.
crab? I'm trying to remember which crab it is
Snow
that
crab
is
is my
overpopulated in Iceland. Not Iceland. Is it Iceland? I think it's
They
Iceland.
don't
Ophelia?
anymore.
Yeah.
Ophelia
gooey
crab?
duck. We're not eating any gooey duck. I mean,
We got that
is-
shit wild here.
Gooey duck?
Yeah, it's a clam. A very odd clam that looks like a penis.
It's a penis clam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really good.
Literally look up gooey duck. It looks like a clam and a penis is coming out of it, like a
And
baby
it
arm.
spits.
Yeah, well, all clams spit, but this one is quite interesting when it spits.
Clam shooters.
It's like stonefish, though.
Gooey duck is not like stonefish. That's just poisonous.
You can eat them, though.
Oh, of course, but I wouldn't want to be the guy who's got to get them. Well, just don't eat the spines.
Yeah. Actually, it's a special cut because their veins actually contain the venom.
Oh wow! So it's another one of those.
Like fugu.
Yeah, fugu. Yeah.
It's just like cocktail sauce. You guys have no clue what cocktail sauce it tastes like. You get that crap in a jar, out of the supermarket.
It's called a horseradish and ketchup. That's not. Yeah, that's what we.
Yes, that is not cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No one can say they've tried cocktail sauce until they've been to Scotland, because this is the place where basically they make it for pretty much mass distribution to the world.
Yeah, but it's still massive.
I used to work in the factory that used to make it. Same with langoustine.
We make it, crushed tomatoes and tomato paste and proper and horseradish and honey.
That's your European style cocktail sauce. I prefer Hispanic cocktail sauce, which is tomato and hot sauce and avocados, and it's fucking fantastic.
That's not cocktail sauce.
That's not cocktail sauce. That's something else.
Yeah, that's cocktail sauce is for seafood.
This also goes for, you put shrimp in it
and a little lemon. If you're smart, you add some.
It has limes,
some honey to it.
I don't believe there's any sugar added to the Hispanic cocktail sauce. Again, they can call it what they want because they made it up. And they call it cocktail sauce, and it's fantastic.
I just want some tacos.
I want good tacos.
And I've got to say, I actually prefer American crap tacos over real.
That's because you are weird, and
I am.
Authentic tacos are so much better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just meat, onions, cheese. That's it.
No,
I prefer meat, onions, and cilantro, but hey,
cilantro tastes like
the tomatoes.
Well, you have that one thing that makes it taste like.
Do you know how much it sucks to be Hispanic and hate cilantro?
Yeah, I know plenty of people, because there's that one. Everyone has that one genetic defect that it just tastes like fucking soap.
It tastes like soap, and it's so disgusting. And my parents love it, but it tastes like soap.
Tartar sauce.
Is
on
disgusting.
Your shrimp?
We don't. I don't like tartar. I don't like cocktail sauce. I don't like horseradish. So, yeah.
Around here, that's what you get with your seafood: is tartar sauce, mayonnaise, or ketchup.
And don't forget a splash of
lemon.
No. Come on now. If we're gonna be really British, we're gonna put on the vinegar, the malt vinegar.
Oh, vinegar. I used to drink vinegar out the bottle. I used to love it that much. See, now I can't stand it that much.
I love my fried fish with malt vinegar and some tartar sauce, and I'm talking a good tartar sauce, like the one they made, not the one that they bought.
You would love the chippy up the road, it's they get these big massive. I mean, you get a plate and the cod's that big.
Yeah.
And it's on one of the big bow plates, and the chips around it, peas. As I say, tartar sauce and mayonnaise. You get a lemon to put over the top of it. But if you want vinegar, that's it. It's just all the way over the top of it, and then chuck it out to you. And
it's so good.
It's so good. But
yeah, we have a run fair that comes through Kenosha, and I go to that every year. Well, it won't be this year.
No, not this year.
They do a pretty good authentic fish and chips there.
Yeah.
But we have one pub. Well, it's a bar. I keep calling
tough to find good fish and chips.
Yeah, because either it's so much freaking batter that it's gross, or it's the worst. They don't even use cod. They'll be like, "Oh, here's some fucking bullshit fish," and pollock. They'll be like, "Here's your pollock," and I'm like, I want my cod. I want my whitest white, almost flavorless fish, so that way I can taste the tartar sauce and the vinegar.
And it's got to be flaky as well. You have to pull the knife over the top of it, or a fork over the top of it, and it flakes off into the chunks.
Yep.
That's how you tell when it's properly cooked.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single restaurant in town that does it. That even the English pub down here, I'm like, their batter is the best. It comes out and it's all sides are perfectly crispy, but they never get the fish right. And I think it's because they buy really crappy frozen pollock instead of, because everyone in America replaces their whitefish with pollock because it's freaking. You go to the restaurant, you be like, I want the walleye. It's pollock. You order the cod. It's pollock. This is America. I worked in restaurants, and every fish was the same freaking fish.
Yeah, it's all basic.
You want the halibut? Oh, it's a fucking pollock.
It's because it's a cheap fish.
Wait, is that why all fish at restaurants taste the same?
Yeah, most restaurants use the same pollock because if you can buy it in different stages. So if you buy thick pollock, it's almost like cod or halibut. If you buy it skinny, like a 2-pounder fish, that's your walleye.
Yep.
I mean, you cannot replace certain fish. You can't replace catfish with it. You can't replace orange roughy or marlin or
trout.
or trout.
Or
Yeah, you can't replace.
salmon.
But anything that's a white fish
Right.
that you would be like, your typical like American fare white fish, it's pollock 9 out of 10 times.
Mhm.
Salmon you definitely can't replace with it because again, your fish that have unique flavor profiles, red snapper, orange roughy, things that immediately have a flavor. But when it's cod doesn't really have a flavor when it's cooked. It's what you add to it. It's a great it's like a protein.
Salmon and trout are so common out here that there's no point replacing them with anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like bluefish around here.
Well, you can replace salmon with farm-raised salmon, which does not taste as good and doesn't have the same nutrients as a wild-caught salmon. Also, is typically the wrong color because it's not eating the same nutrients.
Different. Come on, we're cocky. Since you said that, what's the difference in color?
One's pink and the other one's kind of orange when you cook it.
Out here, they're pretty close to the same because they're fucking with the food that they feed the farm fish.
Yeah.
Best thing is around here, I'm 35 miles.
Wild is pink.
I'm 35 miles away from one of the biggest fish distributors in Scotland. So basically, you go down there, it is what has been catched during the morning. So everything is fresh. Even
wish
chip shop, there's
America.
a chip shop literally there outside the door that will cook it there and then for you.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Do you have any of those eel places nearby? Eel is super popular out there.
Oh yeah, they do eels as well.
Yeah.
Eels,
That's such a
langoustine, prawns,
langoustine,
cod. They do rainbow trout, mussels.
Ooh, fresh mussels. We have
They
one
do have
restaurant-
clams, but it depends on the season.
Yeah, so we have one restaurant in town that does a mussels Diablo, which is a tomato and red pepper, green pepper, and a little bit of crushed red pepper sauce. That is my favorite mussels dish.
But see, is it on Tagliatelle?
It's not on
Dude,
pots
you
at
can
all.
come here
They do it as what's
walk-
called a
you can walk out to the
I think it's a
water
main pot is what they call them. So it just comes in a big pot, and you get like cheesy bread. So it's just French bread, really crusty French bread with baked cheese on it, and you're just taking a spoon and eating some of the red sauce that's all in there. That's a little spicy with the mussels, and then you're crunching on your bread. Yeah, it's an appetizer.
Come out west sometime.
Dude,
All that stuff is right there on the coast.
Yeah, you gotta come out here, man. Mussels are just like you can walk out in the water and pick a bushel of mussels in like 10 minutes. You
need to come here and have a Scottish breakfast. Oof.
English breakfast, Scottish breakfast.
Oh, Scottish is better. I've had English breakfast as Scottish, all the way.
Oh, wait, what's the difference between a Scottish and an English breakfast?
English breakfast, usually you'll have something like
bangers.
What are they called now? You have sausages, white toast, 1 egg, 2 rashers of bacon, beans.
Yep.
And
it's a big breakfast.
And a muffin. Where in Scotland you get a what's it called? You get bacon. It's 3 rashers, black pudding, 2 rashers, square sausage, 2 sausages, beans, 2 eggs.
They like their pork in Scotland.
What is it called again? Tatty scones. Where it's like a potato bread basically, but in a shape of toast.
Okay.
And then you get 2 slices of either white or brown toast.
Man.
And
That's a lot of food.
if you want, they'll actually add white pudding on top of that as well as black pudding.
And if you want the best bacon, you go to Europe because they don't just give you the belly bacon. It's half loin bacon and half belly bacon is European bacon. Every country has their own bacon.
So no haggis.
Haggis is not a breakfast meal.
It's not breakfast. Yeah, haggis isn't breakfast meal. You get a pot, what they call pot smashers. What is because real haggis, you boil it in a pot.
Yeah.
So you usually would have your potatoes, your barley, your carrots, all in a pot with your haggis in the center. You'd boil it over, but if you overboil it, it actually blows up to the point where it literally blows the top off. So they call them, so pop poppers or but once you've got that, you cut it up in slices, put it down, put your meat and your barley all together on a plate, and then usually you'll have it so that you'd have either a bit of gravy over it or you have scurly. Well, I absolutely love scurly. You'd have scurly at the back of it and a bit of gravy over the top. Done.
What's black pudding?
Blood
It's
sausage, right?
Yeah, it's liver, intestines,
It's
meat.
delicious.
It's all chucked into a sheep's stomach.
In
wrapped
Poland, we
up.
just have blood sausage, which is our, it's more of the, what are those
It's a
meats
really
called?
disgusting hot dog.
No, it's because we add rice and
It's a really disgusting
rice.
hot dog.
It's got blood in it. It's got
yeah.
What are those meats called? Organ meats. It's mostly organ meats, so liver and heart and.
Ours is lungs, but you can't have that in America.
Nope, we cannot.
Nope, nothing.
We
to do
technically
with
can't
lungs.
have heart either. So.
Oh, well, yeah.
Is white pudding the same thing?
No, it's not. It's scurly, so it's like a oatmeal kind of thing, but it's really nice. It's rich. It's actually got flavor to it.
Okay then.
So if you get a can from white pudding, it's nice.
Yeah, because our blood sausage, you literally just cut it in slices and sear on both sides, and it's done, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we do like
the stuff Americans won't eat, but I will eat.
Yeah, we do a sausage in a sheep's stomach with like potatoes and celery, onions, carrots.
Yep.
Shortbreads.
But it's so delicious.
Shortbreads is good when they crispy them up a little bit, but it's not on my list of.
No,
I don't like it.
No, shortbreads are disgusting.
Good old
Tried
brain.
them, had them.
Some cabeza.
Gave it a shot. Didn't care.
Polish kielbasa.
Not good.
Kielbasa, yes. Kielbasa is the Hispanic brain tacos. Yeah, sheep's brain tacos.
Yeah.
I had those a couple times, and they're good. It's just like a tripas tacos, the tripe tacos. They're good, but you got to go to a legit place and you got to get them crispy. Because if you don't get them crispy, it's kind of like, oh, good, I'm just chewing on this taco.
Yeah, we used to serve shortbreads on this weird sauce. They were so gross.
I wouldn't want to eat French shortbreads. That just doesn't. Or sweetbreads. I don't. No.
They're like boiled, and then this cream sauce poured on top.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Welcome to French cuisine. If it doesn't have a sauce, it's not complete.
Another thing, if you're ever in Scotland, is to go and get a Scooby snack. What is black pudding, tatty scone. You've got your top bun, what's a brioche bun, 2 rashers of bacon, deep fried battered square sausage, 2 cut sausages, a small amount of beans, an egg.
Food.
That's one sandwich.
And that's all put into one bun. Now, if you're really lucky, she'll chop up mushrooms and onions and put it in the top. She'll put on 4 slices of different cheese, and she'll add on venison as well. So you'll actually get venison in it as well. And it's literally it's this big.
Yeah.
A good old American.
Dare to kill the king's deer.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. Dude, hamburgers are delicious too. Like I will say that the greatest sandwich ever made is a banh mi, but I'm a weird man.
You are weird.
I don't know what a banh mi is.
I'm not sure if you're.
Banh mi is a Vietnamese sandwich, so it's crusty French bread, and then pate, and then typically they crisp up some pork loin, and they add the garlic chili oil.
Yeah.
And
Isn't
daikon.
pate cat food?
What?
Isn't pate cat food?
No,
I mean it's just liver, just liver sausage.
I swear, if I go get some wet food out of the cabinet, it says pate on it.
Yeah, because it's mostly organ meats that are turned into a slurry, which is
Cat food is
Right.
Pate.
yeah.
Pate is
But
liver.
but when you're human food pate, it's typically like the best parts of the organ meats, typically liver and well spiced and salted, and it doesn't taste gross. It doesn't taste minerally. Typically, organ meat's very minerally, iron, copper flavors. Liver sausage is typically pretty well done, but yeah. So they put the pate, the crispy, spicy pork on it, pickled daikon, pickled carrots, jalapeno slices, and then fish sauce.
You know what else is a really good sandwich, even though they don't consider it a sandwich?
Hot dogs?
A good bao.
Yeah. Yeah, baos are delicious. Philippines, the Filipino baos.
No.
Oh, we lost Vince.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat a bao?
Hey, Chris.
Yo.
Hey, have you ever had a tamale wrapped in the banana leaf?
Yes.
Is that the Filipino style one?
No, it's like southern Mexico style.
Really?
Yeah, and so
I've only had the one in the corn husk. Yeah.
Right, but the banana leaf or plantain leaf, it's awesome.
Oh man.
It has a different taste. It's just really good.
My mom's family is from down southern Mexico.
Oh,
yeah.
My lady friend, she dropped off like a dozen tamales that her mom made.
Ooh.
And
fresh
verde.
Kelly Orleano's my go-to.
Wait, does your lady friend make homemade tortillas?
Yeah, their whole family does. Yeah.
They
get the masa.
Homemade tortillas are just amazing.
We have 3 Hispanic restaurants in town that home make their tortillas, and it's fucking fantastic. The difference between, there's good store-bought stuff. So like you got the Milagro. If you get the Milagro stuff, that stuff's amazing. Because like straight out of Chicago, comes over here, it's like you can get it almost fresh. It's good. It's a good. But those homemade ones, oh my god. I don't know what it is about fresh masa and making your own tortillas, or like when they make gorditas, like traditional gorditas. They're so good.
Good, yes.
I had a gordita for dinner.
Like you go to Taco Bell and it's like that is not a fucking gordita.
And I'm not big on
Sopes,
food, but that stuff was awesome.
flautos, huaraches.
Unbelievable.
So delicious. Like I know most people think that all Mexican food is meat, cheese, beans, and rice, but there's a whole nother world. Like what's that big bowl? The big stone bowl food that they make. That shit's fucking fantastic. Like they cook everything in a hot stone bowl. It'll be like shrimp and chicken and all these vegetables and like it's like something with a P. And then typically you all sit down and order one of those and it serves 4. Oh my god. And it's so good. And whatever sauce that's in, it's just
Good night, Vince.
and you get a plate of tortillas, like fresh homemade tortillas with that, and you're just like ripping tortillas, grabbing chunks of food. See, now I got to visit Scotland, and I got to go visit Europe, and I have family in Poland, so I can always go there. And Joseph Prusso was like, "Oh, if you want to come down, just let us know." I'm like,
so why my uncle invited me up to go into the cabin that he hand built, and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's a cabin on the mountain." I looked at it. It looks better than most modern houses. He built it by hand. I'm like, Jesus, but he's a nuclear physicist, so what do you expect?
Yeah. They can build stuff usually.
Oh, Chris.
Yo, what up, Dad?
I finally printed my first mini War Crocky. It's green.
Yes, because he's envious of Devin.
You dropped
Dad, you got to print the cocky cock.
Yep. Green cocky cock.
I mean, I did get 2 new printers today.
Nice.
So I'm now up to 4 working printers at my house.
And all of them but one are for the school.
Yes.
So.
It's like after midnight, so I think I'm going to call it.
We should start an after stream.
After stream. And we can all just hang out afterwards in stream and Llama will just be gone.
Yeah.
No, because I'll kick you
Does it
out.
actually stand straight?
You can't kick us out. I mean, what you do is you end the stream and then it's not what I meant.
You can't get it out. Go on.
Oh, perfect timing.
I'm talking about like after you leave.
I know.
You hit the end button.
That was perfect.
We sit in the green room.
You sit in the green room. You can't talk to anyone while you're in the green room.
Oh, I call it the green room when it's not live. Because it's green. Red is live. Green is not.
Anyway, it's midnight. And
it's 11:08.
I
It's 5:08 in the morning.
Actually, most of you guys are like, dude, like Andrew, it's got to be like morning there, huh?
He just said the time.
What'd you say?
I didn't
5:08 a.m.
8 a.m.
5:08 a.m.
So go make yourself a Scottish breakfast.
I haven't got any bacon or sausage.
He's chewing on
He's
a
having his cheese sandwich. He's doing all right.
Cheese sandwich, my dinner.
Ah.
I haven't slept yet.
dinner, breakfast, same difference. You know what I miss that I haven't had in a while? And I might have to have one tomorrow. Bloody Mary. I haven't had a good Bloody Mary in a long time.
I've never had one.
And I have V8 downstairs.
There you go.
I hate like tomato juices, but a Bloody Mary is nice.
It's got seasoning and love in it.
Yeah, Bloody Mary is one of those things I got to be in the right mood for. Not something I really like unless I'm really like in the mood.
I prefer micheladas, but to each their own.
I like a good Bloody Mary, and I gotta have V8 juice. I don't know what it is. V8 juice makes it better. Regular tomato juice, gone.
I can't believe V8 juice is marketed as a healthy drink because it has so much salt in it. It might as well just be not healthy.
It makes it better.
You ever had aloe vera juice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's really good. Yeah.
They have the aloe vera water.
You can buy non-sodium V8 juice if you want, but why? That's what makes V8 juice.
Because you're gonna add spices to it, you know. That's why I go for micheladas, man.
Dude, you're weird. You're not.
Have you ever had a michelada? Like,
here's normal. Here's a little off normal. Here's work hockey.
Devin should be the first one to say, "Yeah, I love micheladas," because she's part Hispanic.
I'm 100% Hispanic, actually.
See?
I'm just really pale because I don't go outside.
Oh, well, that's normal.
Go up,
what's funny is I'm the tannest person on this stream, and I'm also the whitest person.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I get really bad tan because, like, my dad's Italian. I go golden when I get a tan, and I mean completely golden. But my mom's Polish Welsh, so.
You're very pale as well.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
how I tan. I'm
gold.
Polish and Polish, and I was like, where does this color come from?
Polish.
Yeah, I'm Polish on my
side, man, and I tan up really good when I go out.
See, if I actually go outside in the summer, I get really dark, but I don't go outside.
You should. It's good for you. Vitamin D is a critical nutrient in the body,
yes.
Which is only produced and or absorbed if you actually make some yourself. You can eat as much vitamin D as you want, but your body will not metabolize it unless you actually walk the fuck outside for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I do. I do go outside for about 5 minutes just so that I don't become vitamin D deficient.
I'm lying about the 5 minutes. It should be like a couple hours every day, but whatever, you know.
I don't like outside. There's bugs.
Okay. Wow. There's the Animal Crossing reference of the day.
No,
How
Animal
was your museum?
Crossing. Did you see my tweet?
If you go up and you enjoy the sun, the bugs won't bother you as much because it's not so buggy.
I went fishing with dead shad today for catfish.
Oh, so you were covered in flies.
No, they don't bother you. It's not that scary. And there was like millipedes walking everywhere because they just sit in the sand.
Yeah,
like lake sand, not beach sand, lake sand.
Yeah. You know what I hate? I hate what I call bungee bugs. The ones that just sit there in front of your eyes and go like this.
I hate the ones that want to fly in my ear.
The ones that are on a bungee cord on your hat. They just sit there. Those are the only ones that bother me. They're right in front of my face. Then it's like, go away. Go over there. You know?
Worst life experience ever.
I don't care. Just don't do it right
when a wasp flies at your face. That's literally like the most.
Wasps.
And horse flies.
Yeah, horsefly is fine. If it has a stinger and it's flying into my face, I karate chop everything. Like I will sting any other part of my body besides it might hit me in the eye. It's like protect the one thing I must have. Like
and you can't replace.
Yeah. Like I don't care if it stings me on the penis. Sting me in the eye. We're gonna have a problem because it might go blind. Like,
I mean, I think you'll have a problem if they sting you down there as well.
I will have a problem, but I won't be blind. I will heal from that, and it'll work just fine. Getting stung in the eye could mean absolutely no eyeball. So
you might be more endowed than
You're
Chris.
just a photographer. You don't need your eyesight.
Yellow jackets in the crock can be pretty nasty.
I'd rather have a
but you'd be
swollen
more
penis
endowed.
than a swollen actual eyeball. Just throwing that out there.
It's a toss. That's a hard call.
Crazy story. I've been bitten by a praying mantis. Yeah.
Those are fun. We get them out here. It's weird. Like,
I've been bitten by one on my finger. Used to go into a pet shop with my mate used to and it was funny.
My daughter, whose daughter named Mary.
yeah, no one should procreate with llamas. Basically, what Mom was saying. Lift the sleeves. It's literally like the sunbeam. And what's funny is I wore no shirt today. And this is how much tan I got. I'm a little pink than normal.
I need to go out in the sun. I'm not getting enough tan. I have a little bit of tan.
See,
but not
the thing
enough.
is, that I go out and I start to get a tan, but I don't realize I've got a tan. It's when I come inside and then people look at me and they're like, "What the hell happened to you?" And you're like, "What?" And you just look at yourself. And I mean, I go gold. Yeah. I really do look like I've turned Indian. Like, that's how bad it gets.
Black. I get really dark black when I go out in the sun a lot.
It's all the people out there. Yeah. The people scare me more than the bugs. Yeah, go ahead and end the stream. Like you said, you were going to.
And we'll go in the green room and continue speaking.
Yeah.
You do game night tomorrow in Airwork Hockey.
Tomorrow's Saturday? Maybe.
Ooh,
Saturdays are never a good day for me, typically.
Got big plans?
No, I always do stuff on Saturdays.
It's his jerk off day.
I do that every day regardless, so I don't need a day for that.
Oh, you shortchanged me in Animal Crossing.
You said 60,000.
You gave me 50.
No, what?
The bell bag had 50. You shortchanged me.
I will check to make sure I don't have a bag, an extra 10,000, because I pulled 60,000 out and I put them into a 60,000 bag.
Yeah, you shortchanged me. It said 50. I'm not lying. You shortchanged me.
I blame Llama. When are you ending the stream?
Yeah. Well, that's what to do with Animal Crossing.
We can continue talking even if you end the stream.
So there.
And we're out.